Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. All right, guys. Look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get 'em.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
In today's rapidly evolving energy landscape, Compliance is more than just a checklist. It's the foundation of operational reliability, safety, and trust. And here in Indianapolis, we're honored to be at the heart of that mission. We collaborate with asset owners, operators, helping them stay ahead of NERC standards and grid demands. Our electrical engineering and compliance experts provide hands-on support tailored to your fleet. As expectations rise and regulations evolve, you deserve a partner who brings more than just expertise. You need commitment, clarity, and confidence.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with the blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome into Cook Stadium. A windy, warm November afternoon for some Fighting Engineers football here on the campus of Rose-Hulman, with a lot on the line here this afternoon on RHIT.TV. Luke Burton alongside Tony Donahue. Let's thank our sponsors for today's contest. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local hometown John Deere dealer since 1955 with 5 central Indiana locations. Reynolds meets all of your equipment parts and services needs. Boilermaker Locals 374, representing skilled workers across the state of Indiana. Discover the Boilermaker Advantage with Local 374. Burtner Electric, spark with confidence, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. Wheeler Mission, helping our neighbors in need since 1893, thanks to generous, caring individuals like you. A little under 2 weeks away from the Drumstick Dash. Morales Group Staffing, building better futures one story at a time. Let us help you find your next opportunity. LifeWise Academy brings Bible education to public school students during school hours. Learn more at lifewise.org. LIUNA, the Build America Union, 500,000 strong, fighting for better wages, safer job sites, and greater opportunities. And, of course, the IndianaSRN sports page, sports from coast to coast. Well, we mentioned it to start, a windy afternoon and a lot on the line here today for the Fighting Engineers. Not only is it senior day here from Terre Haute, Indiana, but a chance to play in the postseason on the line with a victory last week, 38-0 at home over Anderson, and 2 weeks ago on the road at Manchester, 35-13. Rose-Hulman taking on MSJ today for the final spot in the playoffs. That would be next week. The winner of this contest will secure the HCAC's bid to the Open Doors Bowl Series, hosted at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio, next Saturday, the 22nd. Official bowl selections, including the confirmation of the HCAC rep, game times, and all 4 participating schools will be announced on Sunday, November 16th, that's tomorrow, at 6:30. Additional information about the Open Doors Bowl Series is detailed. $20 general admission tickets, $45 for club seats. Tickets will be good for both games and are available on Ticketmaster for the 2025 Open Doors Bowl Series. The HCAC Conference, the Ohio Athletic Conference, and the President's Athletic Conference will each be represented by programs that did not qualify for the playoffs. It'll be a 1-day, 2-game bowl event next Saturday. For more information, check out the Open Doors Bowl Series homepage. Last year, Hanover College defeated Wabash in that game. Tony Donahue, Luke Burton with you. Let's start with the senior day aspect of it. We just saw the seniors. One senior that we're not sure we're going to see, not currently on the 2 deep, is Jay Smith, one of the best running backs in the HCAC this year. Let's start with that loss, but also Alexander Marsteller, stellar the last 2 weeks.
I couldn't have said it better myself. He has been phenomenal. 200-plus all-purpose yards in both games, coming off of a blowout win last week against Anderson. It's going to be on his shoulders pretty much for them to win this game, hoping that he can continue what he's been doing the last 2 games. And they've really given him the keys to the car here. He's their life source in this offense, and including 1 receiving touchdown last week as well, just showing his versatility for this offense in a much-needed game this week, like you said, to punch in a ticket to the bowl game.
200-plus yards 2 weeks ago at Manchester. Last week, 198 yards, a rushing touchdown, as you mentioned. The touchdown catch, 42 yards through the air. Let's talk about Adam Yu. This is a freshman quarterback, 1,195 yards passing so far, 9 passing touchdowns. Got into a nice rhythm. Last week, hit Ben Klein for a touchdown. Ben Klein has been one of the top receivers on his team at 257 yards. You expect Ben Klein to be a name we call today often, especially on senior day.
Absolutely. I mean, if you see who Adam Yu's passing to, he really likes to spread the ball out. There's no player over 300 yards here, but there's about 6 or 7 players all over 100 yards, really spreading the wealth here. Ben Klein obviously being his #1 receiver with 257 yards on the season and 2 touchdowns. I would not be shocked if we call his name here today. But also, he's going to have quite a quarterback battle here against Mount St. Joseph's Jackson Schreiber, who's having quite a year this year. 40 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, almost 3,000 yards in the air. He's going to have his work cut out for him. this Rose-Hulman defense is definitely going to want to try and shut him down, and it's going to be up to Marsteller to provide this Rose-Hulman offense.
We've seen it. We were watching the IU game earlier, Cincinnati as well, kind of in this general area where we are in the state of Indiana. Windy conditions here today. We've seen a couple missed field goals on Rose-Hulman's in the last couple of weeks. That really sets yourself up for the rushing game. Let's start defensively for Rose-Hulman. How do you slow down this passing attack? Because running the football leads to passing the football for MSJ, and like you mentioned, 40 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's a heck of a ratio.
Yeah, you're going to try and force this quarterback to make mistakes here. Obviously, a 4-to-1 touchdown-interception ratio is phenomenal. It's exactly what you're looking for, especially this deep in the season. But if this pass rush can get to the quarterback the same way that we saw last week, whenever it was relentless pressure every play, then they're definitely going to cause some problems for this Mount St. Joseph offense.
So let's go back. Let's go back to October. This Rose-Hulman squad beat Franklin on the road 35-34. That moves Rose-Hulman up in the standings. MSJ 4-1 in HCAC play, 5-4 overall on the season. The winner here will go to the bowl game next week. If MSJ wins today, they'll move to 5-1 in the HCAC. If Rose-Hulman wins, they'll go to 4-2. MSJ would be 4-2. Rose-Hulman owns the tiebreaker over Franklin with that 35-34 victory, and then obviously would own the tiebreaker over MSJ with a win here this afternoon. Head coach Jeff Sokol 7-7 against the visiting Lions. They've lost 3 in a row. They are 5-6 here in Paradise against Mount St. Joe, who is 4-1 in the HCAC play. Tyler Hopperton 64-24 as the head football coach. Rose-Hulman pick up their first home victory of the season last week in dominating fashion against Anderson, and we saw a lot of the bench play in that second half. But talk about what we saw offensively and really defensively, pitching out that shutout, and special teams stepped up last week, Luke, with that blocked field goal for a touchdown.
Absolutely. Special teams was all over the place that game. It seemed like every punt was going to get blocked, just a hair away, but the speed of this special teams and this defense not allowing any breathing room like we saw against Anderson. And like you said, I mean, that Franklin win earlier in the season is going to come in clutch, way more important than they thought it would be. Obviously, you want to win, you want a division win or a conference win, but having that tiebreaker and then the chance of having this other tiebreaker against Mount St. Joseph to punch your ticket to a bowl game is just working out perfectly so far for Rose-Hulman, as long as they can seal the deal here today.
The bubbles are flying as Rose-Hulman takes to the field for senior afternoon from Cook Stadium. We'll take a quick break, come back with the anthem and our keys to this contest. You're watching Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineer Football on RHIT.TV.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Your kid's Friday night touchdown. Just Wit HD on Roku. IndianaSRN is bringing Central Indiana high school sports right to your living room in crystal clear quality. With over 350 live contests streaming each year, from football under the lights to basketball buzzer beaters, we're putting local athletes in the spotlight. Search IndianaSRN on your Roku device today and never miss a moment of hometown glory.
Senior afternoon from Cook Stadium. Rose-Hulman, the Fighting Engineers, with an opportunity to play in a bowl game next Saturday on the line here on RHIT.TV. That bowl game will be in Canton. We'll have more information throughout today's broadcast on that for you. Rose-Hulman, hot in the month of November. 35-13 winners 2 weeks ago at Manchester. 38-0 last week, winners over Anderson. And, you know, we talk about this, Luke, an opportunity to play in a bowl game, what that means to continue, especially if you're a season, to continue your career, going to Canton, Ohio on the line, and you'll take that, especially for a team that started 0-4.
Absolutely. I mean, these key wins coming late in the season, like I said, against Franklin and then potentially here today, if they can pull this off and end up going to a bowl game with a 4-6 record, that'll really spark the troops here going into Canton. Historic place. Pretty much every football fan would love to make a visit, much less play a game in Canton for a chance at a bowl trophy.
And talk about playing for your seniors, right? Ben Klein comes to mind, a big-time senior on this offensive side of the football. You talk about playing as a team, but you don't want to be that freshman or sophomore that makes a mistake that ends the senior's playing career. As you see Rose-Hulman take to their field in their all-maroon uniforms, silver helmets, but playing for your teammates, certainly today playing for your seniors.
Yeah, Adam Yu, a lot on his shoulders today, the freshman who's had a bit of a slow start to the season, but like we saw last week, as he got more comfortable in the game, as he started to take more chances with the ball, find his rhythm, hopefully he can carry that into this game and support his seniors on this senior night.
And to get you hype on senior afternoon, how about senior defensive back kicker Davis Rubel with the national anthem performed on his guitar? Let's go to the PA and pick up the anthem before today's contest.
Got him? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get the flags in. Okay.
We ask that you please join us as we honor America with a very special performance of our national anthem by Rose-Hulman Senior, Davis Rubel.
Beat that on senior afternoon here from Rose-Hulman. Davis Rubel with the anthem via the guitar for one of the senior leaders on this Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineer football team. We're getting ready for the coin toss. On the road is MSJ, the Lions, in their white uniforms, white helmets, and blue pants. And here, your usual Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers in the maroon jerseys and pants, silver helmets as well, as we get ready to kick this one off. And Luke, if that doesn't get you pumped, I'm not sure what does.
That was better than Katy Perry's halftime Super Bowl show. That got me fired up. If I'm a player down there and I'm a senior, or any player really, I am so pumped. That was phenomenal. What can't he do?
We want to thank our friends at Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors throughout the state of Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give us a call today, 317-849-0810. We talk about the emotions on senior afternoon, but I want to talk about Ben Klein. Ben Klein had a touchdown last week, one of the senior leaders on this team, and nothing would make him go out stronger than winning your final home game and punching your ticket to a bowl game next week in Canton.
Yeah, Ben Klein looking to repeat what he did last week, having a touchdown, being a leading receiver. I mean, hoping to get over 300 yards on the season. This is a big game for him. He's averaging about 28.5 yards a game, looking to pump that number up. Big game potentially for him, as long as, Adam, you can find him in this wind.
Yeah, the wind will be a factor, and I think you want to establish that running game here early and often, especially if you're Rose-Hulman, and that comes in the absence of Jay Smith, where we have seen Alexander Marsteller step up the last 2 weeks in 2 victories.
Marsteller, it's been practically unnoticeable that he is not the running back one. He has been phenomenal since he came in. Like we said, about 200 all-purpose yards per game in back-to-back weeks. That has been, I mean, you can't ask for anything more out of a player stepping into the shoes of a hurt senior, especially in such an important skill position as the running back.
Rose-Hulman won the toss. They've elected to defer to take that second-half kickoff, something that they did last week. And if you remember, they got that blocked field goal for a touchdown and then flipped it going into halftime, came back out and scored immediately. So Rose-Hulman, the home team, will kick this one off here from Cook Stadium. 68 degrees, 25 to 30 mile an hour wind gusts, and you see it right there blowing the football off of the turf. So, we talk about you're this late into the season. Mistakes should be at a minimum. But with that win, we're talking about punts, we're talking about passes in the air. That's going to be a different element that both teams are going to have to play with here this afternoon. We are ready to roll after an awesome national anthem. We are underway. Short kick fielded at the 20-yard line. Tries to get to the left, catches a block, breaks through, and a slow-moving return has MSJ set up at the 35-yard line. Offensively, what do you expect here from the Lions?
I think they're going to come out trying to battle this wind with a couple passes. I mean, they've been a very pass-heavy offense this season. Almost 3,000 yards in the air, 40 touchdowns on the season. They've been so reliant on this passing game. And it's not to say that their running game is bad either. I mean, in rushing, their leader, Stephen Napier, 426 yards on the season. Not bad, especially whenever he's splitting reps with Dallas De La Cruz, having 259.
Under pressure immediately and throws it away. Barely gets it off. The pressure there defensively came from Ezekiel Amoli, the defensive lineman from Speedway, Indiana, the freshman, getting in on the quarterback hit, 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion.
And that's what I'm talking about there. That pass rush that we saw last week that didn't allow Anderson to even breathe for a second, they really need to bring that back this week. And so far, I mean, one play in, it's right there.
Yeah, Marshall Cook in the backfield as well. 2nd down and 10. 4 in the box. High snap over the quarterback. Ball is loose, and it'll be picked up by MSJ, and it'll be a major loss back to the 20-yard line, a loss of 16, a 3rd and 26 coming up here. Those are the mistakes that we talked about you can't have this late in the season.
Right, especially in a game that could be as unpredictable as this with all the wind. You want to keep mistakes to a minimum, and right now it is not looking good for Mount St. Joseph. Although we are only 2 plays in, they really need to rebound here off of that.
Napier in the backfield. He'll take the delayed carry, gets a little bit of a hole, musters forward to just past the 25-yard line, and we will see the first punt of the afternoon, and we'll see how much the wind plays. This will be a boot into the wind, and we'll see if we have seen an aggressive Rose-Hulman on special teams go after the kicker here, and I think if you're the returnman, Alexion, it's like, hey, fair catch that ball. We don't want to take any risk with that win. The boot will come from about the 11-yard line. Good snap. Low kick. Gets held up. Bounces at the 50. Takes an okay MSJ roll, but to the 38-yard line, so decent field position. But we saw it there. That ball really didn't get any hang time and was bouncing right around the 50-yard line, and Rose-Hulman will have their first possession at their own 38.
Not the best kick in the world, but you can already see that wind being a bit of a factor with the ball spinning in such an unusual way there. Good call by Rose-Hulman not to try and field that, because there's no telling where that would have gone. They've got pretty good field position here.
We want to thank our friends at Boilermakers Local 374 as the handoff here, and guess who's out there? Number 1, Jay Smith. Haven't seen him in a couple of weeks. Pick up a 3 on the first run of the afternoon for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, a happy surprise here for Rose-Hulman fans as their leading rushers back, and I wouldn't be shocked if we saw Marsteller getting a lot of touches whenever Jay Smith is out. Maybe he's tired. Marsteller will just pick it up right where he left off, but Jay Smith, the leading rusher for this team.
He'll take the delayed handoff here as well. Waits for his blocker up front, enough for the first down, just shy of the 50-yard line at the 47. Jay Smith did not play last week. As we mentioned, Marsteller had 198 rushing yards, and 2 weeks ago he had 205 rushing yards in that road win against Manchester. But Jay Smith, the team's leading running back, is back in the fold, and first 2 plays picks up 8 yards. It'll be a third down and short. And he gets nowhere there, stuffed. So a quick early decision here for Coach Jeff Sokol and the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. 4th and about 4 at the 47-yard line. Boilermaker Local 374 representing skilled workers across the state of Indiana. Discover the Boilermaker advantage with Local 374. And a quick 3 and out here. Rose-Hulman will punt the football right back to MSJ.
They thought about going it for a second there. I mean, the backfield was hesitant to get off the field, but probably a good decision, not take too many risks early on in this game.
The Lions showing an all-out blitz here. Good low snap, high kick, wobbler, fielded at the 10. To the right side, cut back, passes the 20, tries to cut back again, still on his feet, to the 25, the 30. He's got plenty of space in front of him. Punter to beat to the 40, 30, 20, and a great job there to be tripped up. That was near disaster for the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. But the tackle there by the kicker, Trevor Segudo, saves the touchdown. We talk about not giving up on a play. That looked like that was going to the house. A nice job there, as MSJ will have it, though, right at the 22-yard line. We talk about special teams being a difference last week for Rose-Hulman. Here early, MSJ with the advantage.
Yeah, he had 2 blockers out in front of him, and somehow the punter didn't get knocked down from that first attempt. Great balance right there, and able to stay with the play and get that little trip tackle there.
So from the 22-yard line, high snap, handoff, right side. Met immediately just shy of the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of about 5 there on first down.
Mount St. Joseph playing into the wind right now. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw more of a run-heavy red zone set here instead of trying to sling it into the wind that's already knocked over one of the corner pylons there in the back right side of the end zone.
So let's keep in mind and keep Trevor Segudo's name in mind, the punter, on that shoestring tackle that did not allow the touchdown. Looks like the winds died down a little bit towards this side of the football field. They'll go to the air on second down, quick throw across the middle. Caught at the 11-yard line, just barely enough for the first down, not enough for first and goal. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11.
Nice, quick, short attempt there. I don't expect them to try and heave it to the back of the end zone there, because even from, the 20, it's still going to feel like a 30, 40-yard pass attempt with this wind blowing. Is dying down a little bit, but we see that flag's picking up a little bit.
So that was Schreiber's first completion here of this first quarter.
Another handoff here is not going anywhere.
A great pursuit there defensively by Rose-Hulman. Napier 2 attempts in this first quarter for 11 yards, and obviously that pass good for 5 yards and the first down. But a nice job there for Rose-Hulman defensively on the pursuit tackle for the loss.
This Rose-Hulman defensive line has been playing phenomenal. Last week had what was it, 7 sacks, I believe, in that game.
Yeah.
A lot of TFLs. So far, they're on the same pace right now. That'll be a big key for Rose-Hulman if they're going to come out and win this game.
Watch for Michael Hunkus here. Bottom of your screen, one-on-one coverage, 4 on the play clock. Here's the snap. They'll look to him. Hunkus up for it. Incomplete. Turning around defensively was Tristan Stevens with the pass deflected. It'll be a 3rd down and 11, ball on the 13-yard line.
That's good coverage right there. Stevens has a bit of a height disadvantage, being probably 5 or 6 inches shorter than the receiver there, but just gets his body in the way and blocks the ball with the back of his jersey.
Yeah, Hunkus about 6'4" there, certainly with the size advantage. 3rd down. We'll need to get to the 1-yard line for the 1st down. Shriver out of shotgun, man in motion, looks to the left, dumps it off, high screen, caught at the 10, stays on his feet, pushed out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Once again there, Stevens in on the tackle alongside number 20, Antonio Barnes. So decision time here. Looks like as of right now, the offense staying out on the football field for MSJ on a 4th and 7 from the 9.
Strong right side of the field there, 3 receivers.
You see maybe the wind here playing into this factor as well. Instead of putting 3 up on the board, see what they try to do early on here in the first quarter. 9-minute mark to play. Second drive for the Lions. Out of shotgun, 4th down. Quarterback keeper dumps it, incomplete. He tried to throw it across his body. He had a wide open receiver. That would have been his running back out of the backfield, Napier, but throwing it across his body. Ball falls off the turf, and a big stop there defensively for Rose-Hulman. It started with Segudo with the tackle on the punt return, which should have went to the house, tackles him, and then it sets up there for a big defensive stop for Rose-Hulman. So a big play here early for Rose-Hulman, Luke.
Yeah, they got that. They got the linebacker to bite there on the QB keeper there, but not able to get enough arm under it with that linebacker in pursuit. Great play by the defense, but also just a mistake there by the quarterback.
See if Rose-Hulman can continue that momentum here that the defense has created. Jay Smith, a pickup of 1. Spark with confidence. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. We want to thank our friends at Beatty Insurance, as well, a company which understands your industry and what's on the line for you. Call Lance, 812-522-5640. A 3-and-out there in the first drive for Rose-Hulman. They'll have it here on a 2nd and 8 from the 11. They'll go to the air. You, under pressure, fires a screen. Smith catches it, tries to break out of a tackle, can't get it. It'll be a loss. And a 3rd and long coming up here for for Rose-Hulman, as MSJ in on the stop.
Yeah, Rose-Hulman with a great defensive stop there. By all means, looked like there was going to be a touchdown off the punt. Ended up holding them to 0 points, which is phenomenal. But long field here, and if they're not able to get the run game going, they're going to have to rely on this passing game. Right now, Mount St. Joseph is all over it.
Today's broadcast is the copyright production of RHIT.TV and the HCAC. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of the HCAC or RHIT.TV is prohibited. 3rd and 11, roll out, quick screen out of the backfield. Smith catches it on the run, passes the 20-yard line, and gets out of bounds, enough for a 1st down. Great throw there by you, finds the senior Smith, enough for the 1st down.
So far, no other name on offense other than you has been called, except for Jay Smith. He's got 4 attempts for 10 yards, 2 receptions. He's been the entire offense so far.
And a great throw there to lead him in space out of the backfield. Takes some forward momentum. Biggest gain of this first quarter for Rose-Hulman. They'll hand it off here. This one is Marsteller, I believe, for a short gain on 1st down. And it was Marsteller getting his first carry of the afternoon after a big week last week in that win, as we mentioned, over Anderson, 38-0.
Yeah, he's been having just a heck of a run right now. Kind of reminds me of the Carolina Panthers situation with Chuba Hubbard, their starter, going down, Rico Dowdle picking it up and being 3rd in the league in rushing yards.
Got a man losing his helmet. No penalty marker here, but it'll be a 3rd down and long. And you talk about, with Jeff Sokol, you know you're going to lose Jay Smith. You obviously bring in Marsteller, who's been able to step up. He's been able to rush the football for you. He's been able, as a junior, to keep the sticks moving. Now you kind of have that double-headed animal in the backfield to take in today's contest and then hopefully again next week in the bowl game.
Yeah, your rushing game's never going to get tired as long as they can keep themselves in a position score-wise where they aren't forced to make these passes. But look at that.
You hangs in the pocket, steps up, delivers a strike on the run, takes the hit. Marsteller enough for the first down. And 2 great passes on third down here by you. And Rose-Hulman to go quickly. Offense on the field. Quick change defensively. We're going to have a penalty marker. It's going to be too many men on the field. Jay Smith, no gain. But we'll have a penalty as everybody's just going to go ahead and throw their flags back here.
We got about 5 or 6 of them on the field.
My goodness. It should be the far line judge's call. We're calling it from over here, but nonetheless, it'll be the first penalty of the afternoon. It'll help out Rose-Hulman a little bit. They'll take it from right around the 40-yard line and mark it just past the 45. So it'll be a 1st and 5 from the 46, but you have to like the poise we've seen here from you. And we talked about as a freshman on senior day, he needs to be perfect. So far in his first quarter, he has been.
Yeah, he hasn't been taking any deep attempts yet. Hasn't had to. He's been finding these quick passes. Jay Smith gets taken down just behind the line of scrimmage there. But Adam, you so far, keeping his composure, not making any mistakes. Just finding the right man.
Yeah, Jay Smith stuffed immediately. 2nd and 7. Ball on the 44 after a loss of 2. Rose-Hulman went to that quick hurry-up offense. Now slowing things down. Smith stays in the backfield with Adam Yu, the freshman quarterback out of Elmhurst, Illinois. Quick screen led Smith a little bit too far. Incomplete. 3rd down and 7. A rush pass there. Falls to the turf, incomplete.
Smith's conditioning has to be next level because he has been getting the ball every single play. Even whenever he isn't getting the ball, he's the target. It's amazing that Rose-Hulman has found a second running back that can step in and be just as productive as him in Marsteller.
5:39 to play in the first quarter. Rose-Hulman with the football on a 3rd down and 7. Their second offensive drive of the afternoon here on Senior Day. You to the air. Deflected, still caught at the 50-yard line, just short of the first down. Alexion hauls it in for his first catch of the afternoon. And decision time here for Coach Sokol and Rose-Hulman. It'll be a 4th and 1, ball at midfield.
Nice catch there. First time it hasn't been Jay Smith being the target. But again, another quick pass attack. No deep balls yet so far. Adam Yu just slowly climbing down the field. 4th and 1. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Maybe a hard count. You've got Klein up front as your lead blocker. We'll see if they hand it off to Jay Smith here, the senior. They will. Klein with the block. Steady running. Smith enough for the first down. Picks up 4. They needed 1. Move the sticks. Rose-Hulman in the plus territory for the first time this afternoon.
Excellent patience right there to wait for that hole to open up for him. Didn't get a large gain there, but he got just enough for the first down, maybe a couple yards extra added on. As it looks like Marsteller is taking over for him.
Yeah, Marsteller checks in. 2 wide set. He'll take the handoff out of the backfield. Had a little bit of a hole, but got tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. Forward momentum carries him for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 in a slow-moving first quarter here. But Rose-Hulman, the Fighting Engineers, starting to get the wheels underneath them here offensively.
Yeah, long drive right now. I mean, they started at their own 10 almost. So far, gotten a little over 45 yards here. No sign of slowing down.
You and Marsteller in the backfield. Talk about where they want the junior running back to be. Man in motion, that's Porter. Handoff. Marsteller runs with it, tripped up in the backfield. Gets about 2, so it'll be a 3rd down and long here in plus territory for Rose-Hulman.
Marsteller so far not finding the same success as he had last week. But that just comes with playing a much better team in Mount St. Joseph. 5-4 record, and there's a reason for that. Their defense is so far containing him.
4 runs for 5 yards in this first quarter for Marsteller, who did not get the start. Jay Smith back in the lineup. You under pressure, steps up, fires, tried to force the issue, and the ball falls incomplete. It'll be a 4th and 8 from the 45-yard line.
There's the first close call there by Adam Yu. Tried to fit it into double coverage right over the middle of the field and just could not find the opening there. I don't know if there was an opening there.
Wind at your back. And they'll go for it here on 4th down.
4th and 8, interesting choice here, but
yeah. Rose-Hulman already 1 of 1 in this game. Swing out of the backfield, caught by Marsteller. Tries to get out of the tackle, but a nice job there by MSJ on the pursuit. That is Brady Pierce with the tackle and turnover on downs. MSJ will take over at the 41-yard line. You go for it there. You're kind of in no man's land. If you punt it and it's a touchback, it's only a net of about 30 yards. But your thoughts on the play call there from Sokol?
I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but it's 4th and 8. I feel like if you're going to go for it, you're going to have to take one of those shots that we've been talking about. And right there just wasn't one of them. Mount St. Joseph was ready for that quick pass, as they haven't really shown much else so far this game.
Man in motion. That is the tight end, Eli LaFrange. Big body out of the backfield. Handoff here goes to Dallas De La Cruz. And it's going to be maybe back to the line of scrimmage on forward progress. So far in this first quarter, Rose-Hulman not looking to go downfield through the air. All of their passes have been dump-offs out of the backfield outside of that that incompletion on 3rd down.
Yeah, if they're going to want to start moving the ball a little bit more efficiently against this defense that is not allowing them the same looks that they were having last week, they're going to have to make some attempts.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they want to work Ben Klein in a little bit more here. Prevent defense on 2nd and long. Quick strike caught at midfield. Turf Monster gets him, but just shy of the sticks. It'll be 3rd down and 1 into plus territory. Goes MSJ.
I am a little bit excited to see what Jackson Schreiber, their starting quarterback, can do, because just looking at his stats, you're thinking he's having a phenomenal year. 40 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Everything points towards him being a great quarterback. Love to see what he can display here in this game.
3 of 6 in this first quarter for just 9 yards. And another 3rd down here right around midfield. They'll hand it off. Plenty of space out of the backfield. Untouched for about the first 8 yards to the 38-yard line. A pickup of 13 yards on 3rd down. And MSJ will go to the hurry-up offense. Schreiber out of the backfield. Takes a snap, looks, and spikes it into the turf. Incomplete. 2nd down. Great job there defensively. Marshall Cook, Wyatt Bell out there as well. And those are some of the players we're going to be talking about here defensively. Wyatt Bell, Marshall Cook. These are guys that stepped up last week in the absence, once again, of their senior leader, Gabe Adams.
Yeah, no, they proved themselves last week coming out in a shutout win, and that's no fault. Like, that's absolutely everyone stepping up whenever they had to. A lot of people out, still dominant win.
Yeah, Gabe Adams with the ankle injury. We see him kind of wheeling around. He's on the sideline supporting his teammates. Handoff, and a gaggle of Rose-Hulman players in on the stop, including Marshall Cook with that last hit. So it'll be a 3rd down and about half. 3rd and 4, it looks like, depending on where the spot is. Rose-Hulman once again looking to get off the football field. 1:15 to go here, first quarter.
The closer they've been getting to the end zone, the tighter this defense has been. Really going to rely on this defensive line to get to the quarterback, make him make more mistakes, like what we just saw a couple plays back whenever it looked like the quarterback really wanted to find his man, but defense swarmed, decided to spike it into the ground.
3rd down and 5. In motion goes LaFrange. He catches it at the 30, and he's lowering the shoulder, and then in to finish the tackle. Laying the boom was Rudy Griffin, and we're going to have a late hit and or targeting here.
Now that flag went about 30 feet in the air right there.
Eli LaFrange is the big-bodied tight end. Makes the catch. We have a late flag. It was pretty hard hit out of bounds to finish off the play. I don't know if there's any words chirped back and forth after that. So it was after the play. It's going to be on Rudy Griffin. He did come in and lay the boom. But again, when you have a big body tight end like that who's lowering the shoulder and continuing the play, you kind of borderline when you can make those hits, when you can make those tackles. But I didn't hear a whistle, and he came in for the tackle. So obviously we weren't down there, but looked like a clean hit, a timely hit. Maybe he led with the helmet.
Those ones are so hard to call there by the refs. And, I mean, you say he's a big body tight end. That's an understatement. You're going to have to put a lot of force into taking him down. I don't blame the attempt there.
First down inside the red zone. Quarterback keeper. Schreiber has it, cuts back, hit from behind. And they're going to mark it just shy of the 5-yard line, so it'll be a second down. Did the ball come out? We've got another flag. It's starting to get chippy.
Looks like the ball came out after he was down, but then a Mount St. Joseph player shoved a defenseman.
Starting to get chippy here in the first quarter. 9 seconds to play.
Yeah, number 55 there on Mount St. Joseph laying him out.
So the refs getting together. Second straight play with a late flag with 9 seconds to play in a scoreless first quarter. So, unsportsmanlike conduct on Cam Fuller and a second and short. Will be pushed all the way back to the 20-yard line. It'll be a second down and 18 from the 20. We'll see if they elect to play one more down here in the first quarter or if they will let the clock expire, which is 9 seconds to play here on RHIT.TV. Again, a lot on the line in this contest. The winner and checking out of the ball game is Jackson Schreiber, the quarterback.
Maybe a bit shaken up after that hit.
And the coaching staff not happy for the Lions. So Schreiber checks out. There are 9 seconds. You even snap it here if your quarterback's not even in the football game. Clock winds, and they're not even going to snap it. They're going to say, we're going to take this to the end of the first quarter. And that's what they'll do. Getting chippy here in the first on senior afternoon. Scoreless after one on RHIT.TV.
Good visions, their new ideas.
A wild end to that first quarter here from Cook Stadium. Senior afternoon for the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. Tony Donahue, Luke Burton. 2 flags on the final 2 plays of the first quarter. Unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. We did see Jackson Schreiber, the starting quarterback, check out of the game. The clock ran with 9 seconds to go. We'll see if he's back in as he's walking to the sideline. If he lost his helmet or maybe got his bell rung, he'll have to sit out at least one play, and that's what's going to happen. Nonetheless, first play, second quarter will be a second down and 18 in a chippy first quarter.
Yeah, holding on to not like going for the play there with 9 seconds left gives them a bit of an advantage with the wind here as they switch sides of the field. Now they're playing with the wind.
Alongside our awesome camera guys, Matt and Justin, Will, our producer, Tony Donahue, Luke Burton with you. Second and 18, ball in the 20 to start the second quarter. Schreiber out of the game. He's 4 of 8 for 26 yards. Backup quarterback comes in. That's going to be the freshman Gavin Connor. I would assume they would just hand it off here to Dela Cruz. They do. And he's hit immediately. Maybe picks up one. And all over that one to blow it up defensively is number 99, Gavin Gross, the sophomore defensive line. It'll be third down and 17. Back into the game comes Jackson Schreiber, the starting quarterback for the Lions of MSJ.
Lot to gain here. 17-yard third down. Definitely expect pass play. You're kind of going end zone here.
Yeah. We'll see if they would elect to kick a field goal from here, about a 34-yarder. Man in motion. Goes Ashton under pressure. Stepping up, Schreiber throws across his body. Caught inside of the 10-yard line. And forward progress will be marked at the 5. It'll be a 4th down and about 2 for MSJ. We want to thank Boilermaker Local 374, representing highly skilled, highly motivated workers in the fields of construction and metal fabrication. You can count on Local 374 to get the job done right the first time. And our friends at Piper Logistics for more than 2 decades. The seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have been the trusted partners for your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation. 317-396-1023. Ride with us today. Win picks up at the back of MSJ. 4th down and 3. Ball on the 5. Rose-Hulman looking to stop MSJ inside of the 10 on 4th down for the first time this half. It's a keeper. Under pressure. Ball up for grabs. Batted down. Incomplete. No flags on the play. And once again, defensively, the Fighting Engineers come up with a big 4th down stop with their backs against the wall and will take over on downs.
Backs against the wall is exactly how Rose-Hulman seems like they want to play. Shutting them down in the red zone twice within 20 yards. Just a phenomenal job by this defense, not allowing them to get anything going once they are that close.
It was like the clock was going off in Schreiber's brain. He threw it up for grabs, kind of the old backyard football play, looking for an intended target to bring it in, but there was about 4 Rose-Hulman jerseys all over that one. Back against the wall here for the offense.
And not bad placement on that ball either. Just a little bit late, gave the Rose-Hulman defense enough time to get there.
Hand off to Smith, patiently runs into the pile. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. And defensively there, sniffing out the run was Charlie Earnhardt. Don't know why he's not number 3, but he's number 96.
Now here's the problem with what's up?
Never forget.
Here's the problem with not getting able to get a stop until they're this close to the end zone is you're kind of forced to run it, and the defense knows that.
Yeah, and the win is picked up. It is in the face of Rose-Hulman's offense. They'll hand it off here again. Smith met immediately and gets back to the line of scrimmage. So a 3rd down and 10 here. 12:40 to play, first half. Dynamark Graphics Group. Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years, Dynamark builds strong relationships to exceptional service. 317-328-2555. Again, senior afternoon here for Rose-Hulman, but a lot on the line, including continuing your season next Saturday at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium for the Open Doors Bowl Series. 3rd down, quick throw, and they were looking for Klein. It was a crossing route. Porter was there as well, but it falls incomplete. And Rose-Hulman will have to punt it from their own end zone. You now 5 of 8 for 36 yards.
A little bit of miscommunication there. Neither receiver knew exactly who it was going to, and it was just out of reach of both of them. Now Rose-Hulman forced to punt. Now here's something interesting. I'm not sure if this will come into play, but
look at the wind here.
It has to do with that. I've been watching the Mount St. Joseph bench over there, and the kicker's not able to get any practice field goals off as his net just keeps falling over.
Yeah, it is a low punt, and he fields it. I don't know why you would do that, but picks it up at the 40-yard line. A risky play there for Eli Aston. You pick that thing up, you get hit and fumble it, and it's Rose-Hulman's football. But as you saw, the wind played a factor, a very low punt there. But good for about 41 yards, but MSJ will have the football in plus territory.
Yeah, great field position here. Not being able to get out of their own 10-yard line really was not great for Rose-Hulman offense.
Winner to the Open Doors Bowl Series coming up next Saturday from Canton, Ohio. $20 general admission tickets, $45 for club seats. We hope to see the Fighting Engineers there. First it has to win today to advance. Again, that game would be next Saturday, 6:30, from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio, the Open Doors Bowl Series. You can get your tickets on Ticketmaster, the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, the North Coast Athletic Conference, and the Ohio Athletic Conference 2 games next Saturday for the price of 1 ticket.
That's a discount right there.
You can't beat it, especially if you have weather like you have here today. Windy conditions, but about 68 degrees. That's why they call it paradise in the middle of November. Leaves are turning. Basketball right around the corner. Already started.
It's the best time of the year.
1st and 10. 11 minutes to go, first half. Schreiber waits for it. 10 on the play clock. De La Cruz in the backfield.
So far, pretty efficient drive here. About 3 plays, 20 yards.
LaFrange, the lead blocker, but he gets caught up and pushed back on the run from De La Cruz. And they may have given him the line of scrimmage no more. Nice pursuit there defensively, led by Joseph Cavaliers out of Elk Grove Village, Illinois. Fun night last night of high school football in the state of Indiana. Regionals setting up for next Friday's semi-state and the state championships 2 weeks from yesterday and today from Lucas Oil Stadium. 2nd and 9, ball on the 25. Play action. And they're going to decide to keep it here. And Schreiber goes out of bounds. They're going to mark him out at the 18-yard line.
Took his time on that decision there, but it worked out for him. Got a solid 7 yards.
It'll be about a 3rd and 2.
So far, Mount St. Joseph's lead receiver, Eli Aston, not a single reception so far. He's got 1,100 yards on the season so far.
Jalen White, the wide receiver, bottom of your screen. 2 wide top. LaFrange, the tight end blocker. They'll go to the air. Quick screen out of the backfield.
Ooh.
A one-handed snag. Cut back for the first down. He's at the 10, the 5. And a great snag right on cue from your boy Eli Aston there. One-handed. Right. And it's enough for a first down. 1st and goal inside the 5.
He heard me and he delivered. That was a great catch right there. Bobbled it a little bit and still able to get solid 11 yards, 10 yards.
Looked like it was going to be overthrown.
It did. He recovered perfectly there. And he's in the... He's got his first reception of many, presumably.
So 3rd trip inside the 15-yard line here for MSJ. No points to show for it. Bursts out of the backfield. He's going to be stuffed right at the end zone. And it's going to be just short of the goal line. So it'll be a 2nd down and goal from just past the 1.
Does Rose-Hulman have another stop in him?
It's asking a lot.
It's 2 yards. They've got, I mean, I assume this is 4-down territory. You need to get points on the board. Scoreless first quarter.
Brock Beeren checks in. Showing run out of the backfield. Low snap. And he is in for the touchdown. I'd like to see, was Schreiber's knee down on that?
Looked close. That would have been considered a QB kneel. Got a replay here, and it was down.
Great job there by Will on the replay and our camera guys. That looked like, I mean, the fans just saw it on the big board, and the knee was certainly down, but it goes for a touchdown. Wind at the back here for the extra point. Short yardage leads to a touchdown. MSJ with the lead, 7-0, 8:07 to play first half on RHIT.TV.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
It was a 3-yard touchdown run from Dallas De La Cruz to put MSJ up 7-0. We thought on the snap, the quarterback Jackson Schreiber's knee was down. We'll see it here one more time, and yeah, it certainly was. Maybe a missed call there, as Rose-Hulman was looking for their third straight stop defensively in the red zone. But here on RHIT.TV, it is MSJ striking first. Mount St. Joseph with a 7-0 lead, 8:07 to go for the Fightin' Engineers. And we talked about this last week on a low kick, bounced into the end zone. We talked about this last week, Luke, kind of going 2 for 1 here. You got 8 minutes. You want to get on the scoreboard knowing you get the football back to start the second half.
Absolutely. If they can get down here, presumably either extremely quickly or chew a lot of clock. You don't want to be in that middle ground where the Lions have a chance to come back, score, and get themselves out ahead going into halftime again. But if you're able to score with a little bit of time left or a lot of bit of time left and be able to maybe get 2 scores, that's ideal. But right now they're just looking to put points on the board.
So Jay Smith only averaging 1.5 yards per carry. They'll go to the air here. You to Klein. Klein's first catch is going to be for a loss of 3. Marsteller on his 4 carries only averaging 1.3 yards, as that's senior Ben Klein's first catch. But it'll go for a loss of 4. You now 6 of 9 throwing for 32 yards. Offensive struggles here in this first half for the Fightin' Engineers.
You finding his man, but each time it's 2-3 yards down the field right now. If they're looking to move the ball, they're going to have to go for those intermediate to long range plays because the rushing game's getting shut down right now. There's no other way to put it.
Klein in motion. They'll hand it off to Smith on the delay. Tries to get the edge, passes the line of scrimmage, and he is drilled out of bounds. Coach is flying. That'd be a pickup of about 3, so a 3rd down and 9, and Rose-Hulman just too many times here in his first half getting themselves into 3rd and long situations.
Yeah, they keep finding themselves 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. And then whenever they go out trying to throw the ball, they're not able to find their man. They got to really get a little bit more focused in, maybe give you more opportunities earlier in the drive to settle in, because that is absolutely going to be a must if they're going to want to tie this game.
The Engineers 2 of 6 on 3rd down. 3 wide set. You steps up, plenty of time. Fires it, has a man caught. Did he drag the feet for the catch? Alexion, he did.
He absolutely did. What a catch. I thought that was sailing over his head. Able to get the toe drag there. That would have been an NFL first down.
They're going to go quickly here. Alexion's first catch for the first down. Handoff, Jay Smith cuts back, spins to the 45-yard line. But a nice job there by you on that 3rd and long, staying poised, staying in the pocket. Finds Joseph Alexion for his first catch of the afternoon.
Great job on the O-line there as well. Not allowing a single pressure. You had 4-ish seconds in the pocket, which is premium time. If you're a quarterback, you're thanking your O-line for that one.
2nd and 8, ball in the 44. It's past the halfway mark of this second quarter.
Love to see you pull some stuff out like that again. He's definitely going to need it. Looks like he's going to try again.
To the air. Screen. Marsteller can't hang on to it. Ball was thrown slightly short. And it'll fall incomplete. And I think outside of that 3rd down where you got to open up the playbook, these have been pretty short, soft, high percentage throws for you. But that is his 4th incompletion. 6 of 10 on the afternoon. And once again, Rose-Hulman in a 3rd down situation. 3rd and 8, ball on the 44-yard line.
Yeah, that pass scared me a little bit. Whenever it was dropped, there's a chance it was behind him. Wide receiver did not get up fast enough to pick it up, but it was called dead.
You, plenty of time here. Under pressure, throws across the body.
Ooh.
And off of the hands of the intended target. Alexion that time. And the ball falls incomplete. Nice thrown ball by you. And Alexion couldn't hold on. And Rose-Hulman will punt the football. 5:49 to play first half, and MSJ with all 3 timeouts.
Big missed opportunity there, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from you, getting a little bit more comfortable, extending these plays, just scrambling outside the pocket and finding what appears to be the open man each time, despite them being difficult passes.
Here's the boot into the wind. A low wobbler. It's going to bounce around the 25. Scooped up on the run. Cuts back to the 20, dives forward to the 25-yard line. And that's where MSJ will take over the extracurriculars after the return. We want to thank our friends at Riskwork. We make people feel safe. We protect your business. You live safe. We've got it all covered for you. Call Riskwork today, 317-379-6755. And LIUNA, the Laborers International Union of North America. We're the Build America Union, 500,000 strong, fighting for better wages and benefits, safer job sites, and greater opportunities. We are LIUNA. Tickets on sale for next Saturday. One of these teams will be heading to Canton, Ohio to play in the Open Doors Bowl Series next Saturday. We'll see who it is. MSJ with the football on a 7-0 lead, 5:40 to play first half. Under pressure, steps up, fire it deep, up for grabs. Has a man wide open on the run. Caught, 20, 10, 5, and tackled. No tackle. Spins out of it into the end zone. Touchdown, Patrick Connor.
What a play there. Just burnt the coverage. And then even though the safety was able to keep up with him, he breaks that tackle, does a little pirouette into the end zone. Fantastic play there.
Thought they were going to wrap him up just short of the goal line. Spins out of it in 82 yards to the end zone for the touchdown. Wide open first down play. Schreiber hits him in stride. And just like that, MSJ taking control of this game. 2 touchdowns in the last 4.5 minutes. Extra point is up, and it is true. 14 straight for the Lions of MSJ. They lead 14-0 on RHIT.TV.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
.5:26 to play in the first half. The Fighting Engineers finding themselves down 14-0. Back-to-back touchdowns in a matter of 3.5 minutes for MSJ. Tony Donahue, Luke Burton with you. Just offensively not been a flow here in this first half for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, Rose-Hulman's got to start trusting Adam Yu a little bit more. We saw that in their last drive where just a bit of a miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. Receiver drops the first down attempt there. But Adam Yu definitely going to come into this drive slinging it a little bit more because this run game's getting shut down.
Boy, that guy is a menace. Big number 11. LaFrange is out there just cracking skulls for MSJ. Couple after the whistle as well. Let's go back to that play. Wide open on first down, Connor, 75-yard touchdown strike. Schreiber hits him in stride.
Yeah, Connor 2 yards away from 100 yards, and he's only got 332 yards on the season right now. 3 receptions, a touchdown. This has been a great game for him as you see him just heave that ball out to the receiver.
Be interesting to see what Rose-Hulman does here offensively. You don't want to go 3 and out and give the football right back over to MSJ. You want to steal some momentum back here and cut this deficit in half before you hit recess. Sweep route, Smith, nowhere to go. Cuts back. He's going to be tackled for a loss of 5.
Smith doing his best there, but MSJ all over that play. They've been destroying this running game for Rose-Hulman.
And I think to get something going here, if you're Coach Sokol, I mean, misdirection maybe, but you almost go to the trick play or you go to something that maybe you haven't tried all season that you put in the playbook this week to throw that defense off. They're stacking the box here.
Something's got to change. And you got to find some momentum here. This is one of the most important drives of the game here.
Avery Cody one-on-one, bottom side of your screen. Haven't called his name here yet offensively. You 7 of 12 for 49 yards. They'll go to the air on a play action. Looks, steps up, fires, almost picked. It is picked. Sails over the head of Powell, and it is intercepted on defense by Brady Blevins. The sophomore picks it off, and you wanted to get something going, but the overthrow there leads to the interception. And great field position here for MSJ. Ball on the 34. And a disastrous last 6 minutes or so for the Fighting Engineers.
Yeah, you knew that he had to get a play going there, but that's not the play you want. Sails over one defender. Looked like it was going to go down incomplete, but that was a great catch by the defender there.
You with the overthrow, and the defense will have to step up once more here for Rose-Hulman. They've had their back against the wall. 2 stops inside of the 20 defensively, but obviously the touchdown run and then the 75-yard touchdown. The 2 scores here for MSJ as we get late into this first half. 4:15 to play.
Important to remember, Yu's a freshman, so this game having a lot riding on it, no doubt that there's a lot of pressure there. He's got a lot on his shoulders right now.
Out of shotgun. Rose-Hulman shows blitz. Gets picked up. Should have been a hold. No call there. The Schreiber to the end zone. Deflected. Caught. Unbelievable. Let's see what the call is here. It was deflected. Ashton grabs it. Touchdown. MSJ.
That is a phenomenal catch.
A broken play. Schreiber heaves it to the end zone, and Ashton scoops his second touchdown in the last 2.5 minutes.
I am shocked. I need to see that again.
They missed a hold, but the extra point is up, and good. We'll have a replay for you coming up right after this. 21-0 MSJ, 3:47 to play first half. Tony Donahue, Luke Burton with you on RHIT.TV. 3 straight scores in the second quarter over the last 5 and change. As we see the wind will blow the football off of the tee. So the rushing touchdown to get the scoring started for MSJ could have been potentially called back as the snap was fielded. Quarterback's knee was down, handoff for a touchdown. Then you go 75 yards wide open for an end zone touchdown, and then on this play, should have been a hold, wasn't called, throwing it up towards the end zone, ball deflected, and Aston scoops it up on a diving attempt in the back of the end zone. And MSJ, ball bouncing their way, 21-0. They lead Rose-Hulman 3:47 to play.
Looks like they're using a player to hold the ball down.
It's a good boot. Fielded, and no, it's not going to be. It's going to be over the head and a touchback. Let's go back to this touchdown. My goodness. You'll see the hold here on the inside of your screen, right between the hash marks, right around the 25. As we thought, right? Yeah, that's for sure a sack. That's for sure a sack. And then the old Hail Mary heave, deflection, dive, tutty.
Right place at the right time.
Yeah, Hunkus with the deflection. And that's one of those Hail Mary, throw it up and see what happens, and it works. So Rose-Hulman, word cut out for them. 3:47 to go. Delayed handoff. Marsteller breaks out of one tackle, gets to the 30-yard line. First down pickup of about 4. We'll see if they go quickly here. All 3 timeouts on the board still for Rose-Hulman. 3:35 to play. We'll have stats coming up at halftime for you. We will have a Rose-Hulman athletic interview as well. We'll get Luke's keys to the second half. Play action. Fires. Caught. First down. Move the sticks. First time tonight. Avery Cody with his first catch. Good enough for a first down.
Couple nice quick plays here, moving the sticks a little bit. But if you're Rose-Hulman, you're in a bit of an uncomfortable position where the couple shots that you've taken haven't gone your way at all. And the run game seems like it's been iffy at best. They've had a couple good runs, but this MSJ defense has been all over it. Like, what do you do to efficiently get down the field here?
Here's the handoff. Marsteller trying to get downfield, passes the 45-yard line, pickup of 6. 2nd and 4. All 3 timeouts for Rose-Hulman, and the 2-minute timeout coming up in about 40 seconds. Ball right in front of us at the 45.
Now, I'd love to see Marsteller show us what he showed us last week, where he was breaking off 10, 15-yard runs. It felt like every play, and it feels like he's due for one of those as he's been kind of ramping up on this drive.
Wait and see approach here for Rose-Hulman. You don't want to go a quick 3 and out and give the football back to MSJ. Pumps, rolls, throws across his body up in the air off of the hands of the intended target. A little bit too high there for Austin Porter. It'll be a 3rd and 3, 2:15 to play, second quarter.
A little bit high on the ball there, but still pretty decent placement. Hit both of his hands while he was still in bounds.
Yeah, I think if you ask him, he needs to make that catch if it's going to go off of the fingertips. 3rd down and 3. Play action, fires across the middle. It's caught by Cody for about a yard. It'll be a 4th down and 2 coming up on the other end of the 2-minute timeout. We'll take it with them. 21-0 MSJ. Rose-Hulman looking for points before half. We'll be back right after this. 3rd and 3 coming up here for Rose-Hulman out of the 2-minute timeout, trailing 21-0 on Senior Day. Be a 4th and 2, coming up. Ball on the 46-yard line. Quick throw and behind Cody, incomplete. And you give the football right back over to MSJ. All the momentum in the world. The Lions with all 3 timeouts still on the board. They'll have the football at the plus 46-yard line.
MSJ has no reason to rush this drive either. They got a little under 2 minutes left in the half. If you're them, you're just going to try and slowly walk the ball down, kill all the clock you can, and just get points out of the drive.
Minute 56 to go. With the incompletion, now 9 of 17, and an interception in this first half. Rose-Hulman now 1 of 3 on 4th downs. MSJ takes over. They scored on their last 3 offensive possessions. They'll go to the air. Schreiber fires a rocket across the middle. It's caught at the 40 for a pickup of about 6. And they'll move quickly here. Clock ticks. Minute 45 to go, first half. And I think if you're Rose-Hulman, you certainly are trying to go to the locker room with that 21-point deficit, getting the football to start the second half, as 28-0 and 4 scores almost seems insurmountable.
Yeah, and Schreiber's connection with his receivers is almost like palpable. Like, they know exactly where the ball is going to be. He's able to find him in these tight windows, and that's kind of killing this Rose-Hulman defense that's been struggling to get to him.
Dela Cruz gets it down just shy of the sticks. It'll be a 3rd and 1, a minute 15 to go.
Big 3rd down here. If you're Rose-Hulman, you're able to stop it.
You'll be able to take that bit of momentum into halftime.
Absolutely.
And if you think about defensively for Rose-Hulman outside of the 2 big plays, under pressure, deflected, and incomplete. Thought that would have been picked and taken back to the house as Schreiber just tried to simply get rid of it and not take the sack. 48 seconds to go. Almost disaster there. But an incompletion and a 4th and 1. What do you do here if you're MSJ?
I assume they're going to
go for it.
Yeah, but you don't really need to do anything here. You get it, great. The clock keeps going on your side. You have a chance to score.
Dela Cruz in the backfield.
If you don't get it, I mean, you've been holding off this Rose-Hulman offense pretty well.
And Schreiber, he'll go in motion now, and they'll put Aston in the back. We'll see if he decides to punt the football or run with it.
Little Wildcat here.
Wildcat roll out. Does he punt it? Yes, blocked. Flags. And a pretty decent into the inside the 20, but we do have a flag. So it was a rollout punt that was deflected at the line of scrimmage. If it's on Rose-Hulman, the football will stay with MSJ.
Without the flag, that went pretty well.
We've got a player down here on the near side of the field. We'll keep it right here through the flag, and then if the injury stays, we'll take a quick break. Jeff Sokol waiting to hear the explanation from the officials. We do have a player down here on the near side. Let's see if we can get a replay here of what happened. It looked like the ball was blocked at the line of scrimmage. So the rollout kick here. And, oh, yeah, a little bit of
that wouldn't be roughing, would it?
It's a decline of the penalty. So Rose-Hulman will have it. And it looked like it was a head-to-head collision, and getting up and limping away from the scene is Rudy Griffin. He was obviously the one who had the hand on the football to block it. Nonetheless, a couple decent MSJ rolls. 37 seconds to go. All 3 timeouts, but this is an offense, Luke, that hasn't gotten going here in this first half for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, you needs to find that comfort that he's just not been finding. There's little consistency in his play right now. He's had a couple really nice passes, but he's got to get a little bit more connected with these receivers.
They'll go to the air, quick screen, out of the backfield. Smith has it, looks for a couple blockers, doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, loses 2. And I think if you're Rose-Hulman, do you just take that simply to the locker room? They're going to go quickly, 25 seconds on the clock.
Unless you're planning on taking a shot here, the clock's winding down. You got about 15 seconds left.
You don't have to snap it. The play clock at 24. They'll hand it off to Smith, and that should take us to halftime. And, I mean, unless you're MSJ and you wanted to take a timeout, try to get a stop, and force him to punt, but both teams content to go to the locker room. 21-0 in favor of MSJ. They lead Rose-Hulman. Luke, a big-time second quarter offense explosion from Mount St. Joseph's there in that second quarter.
Yeah, Mount St. Joseph obviously getting away with a little bit of a hold, maybe a knee down on 2 scoring plays, but regardless, they've been playing phenomenally this quarter. The offense is firing, quarterbacks finding their man. This defense, this Rose-Hulman defense, struggling to get that pressure that we saw last week against Anderson. Obviously, this Mount St. Joseph offense, much better than that Anderson offensive attack that we saw last week. But if you're Rose-Hulman, you really got to step it up in this passing game. Being down 21 points going into the half, you can't really afford to run primarily run the ball, as that'll kill a lot of clock. And right now they're averaging maybe 2 yards a carry, 3 yards a carry. That's not going to get you back in the game fast enough.
Yeah, Marsteller, 6 attempts for 16 yards at an average of 2.7 per carry. And then for Jay Smith, the senior leader, 11 runs for 20 yards. 1.2 on the average. 9 of 17 an interception for 59 yards. On Mount Joseph's side of the football, offensively, Schreiber 9 of 15, 2 touchdowns at 75-yard touchdown, 165 yards through the air, and then running the football, Dela Cruz, 10 attempts, 40 yards. Their running backs averaging 4, 7, and 3 on the ground per. We will have a halftime guest coming up for you, some stats as well. You're watching RHIT.TV.
Big play here for Mount Vernon. Hurdle looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw.
Boy, what a stick, huh?
Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen, skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive, floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board.
Rose Rocketry was founded to put Rose-Hulman on the map for places to go if you're interested in aerospace. Rocketry is a club and a team for anyone interested in any aspect of hobby rocketry, aerospace as a career, or space in general. Rose Rocketry has several different pillars that we try to pursue for all of our members, one of them being the NASA USLI competition. The NASA University Student Launch Initiative is for college students and universities to get experience with high-power rocketry, get experience in creating proposals for NASA. They put us through the same rigorous process as they would all of their contractors. We write proposals, critical design reviews, we write flight readiness reviews, and then we can go and present all of our learnings to the NASA board and they can ask us questions. And having that kind of hands-on experience where you can point to it and say, hey, I want to work at your company. This is what I've done to show that I'm valuable to your company. I've built rockets before. I've written proposals for NASA before. Another part of Rose Rocketry is the research aspect. Because Rose Rocketry's goal is to help students pursue aerospace as a career, we want to try to encourage people in whatever field, in whatever subset of rocketry they are interested in. For example, we have a bunch of students working on what's called Rose Propulsion Laboratory, and we are able to provide them funding, even mentorship. Another aspect would be electric ion propulsion. We have a couple students who are really interested in space propulsion specifically. And then there's also SmallSat. Rose SmallSat has the goal of launching a nanosatellite, which is around this big, into orbit within the next 3 to 5 years. And this is a really ambitious project, and it wouldn't be possible without the support of Rose Rocketry. My favorite thing about Rose Rocketry is how open we are. A lot of our people that are the most active are freshmen. And that's fantastic because now these people are learning hands-on engineering skills before they even learn what engineering is.
It's sort of given me a preview of all the engineering that is to come, and it's sort of put me on the fast track of learning mechanical engineering. Failure modes, effects, and analysis, that's not something you really learn as a freshman in your academics, but learning it in Rose Rocketry means I can apply those concepts to my current classes, which really helps me excel academically and prepares me for future classes. One of the goals I have after graduation is to be part of the aerospace industry. Rose Rocketry has helped me prepare for that goal in learning the design process of the aerospace industry and learning the documentation requirements. And it's also given me the opportunity to step into a lot of design areas and a lot of manufacturing areas that I haven't been exposed to before. And I think Rose Rocketry provides that really collaborative and friendly atmosphere. We really learn to work with each other, especially across multiple majors. What's special about Rose is the ability to really get involved. If you have that initiative, you can pursue it. And I think that's exemplified by how joining this team as a freshman, I was able to be elected the vice president. I was able to make a real difference on the team. that experience is something that you really may not find at other universities.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Stadium at halftime of senior afternoon. 21-0, the visiting Lions of MSJ with the lead. Tony Donahue with you here, joined by Matt Wilson, the head tennis coach here at Rose-Hulman. A busy guy, coach of not only the ladies, but the men as well, coming off of your fall non-traditional season. Recap what we saw on the tennis courts here for Rose-Hulman over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we had a good fall. We were pretty competitive in the matches we played. The fall is interesting. We don't play a lot of dual matches against other schools, a lot of individual stuff. So we go to the ITA regionals, had a good showing there on both the men's and women's side. We won a round in the main draw of singles on the men's side, which was pretty exciting. And then on top of that, we actually did beat Greenville in our only dual match in the fall on the men's side. And last year we lost to them in the NCAA tournament. So that was a big win for us. Ladies lost 4-3 in that one, and last year we lost 6-1. So didn't win, but definitely an improvement from last year. So we're excited about kind of where we are as a team and going into kind of our off season now, heading to the spring, kind of late January. So yeah.
Talk about your expectations for the team coming up in the spring and some players to look out for on the tennis courts.
Yeah, I think on the men's side, it's kind of a tale of two different programs because the men have had a lot of recent success. So it's about sustaining that and kind of keeping ourselves looking forward, right, and not getting caught up in the past success, but still looking to build off that. So, we're hoping to win the conference there again. I think we definitely can. We return, pretty much our entire lineup from last year, but one player. So we're in a spot where we're still, pretty experienced and have a lot of guys coming back. Joao Nassar, he's our #1 singles player. He'll be back from Brazil. So that's a big piece for us as a sophomore. He played one last year as a freshman, so he'll have a big year for us there. The women's side, we're really young. Last year we had pretty much our entire top 6 all were freshmen but one. We had a junior in there who's now a senior. Actually, Camille Clark, she's the one who's on the soccer team and just won the MVP of the HCAC tourney over there. So she'll join us in the spring as well. But outside of that, we're all sophomores and a couple of freshmen in the lineup on the women's side. So we're young. We're really excited. Leah Taylor returned. She was the HCAC Newcomer of the Year last year at one singles. Emerson Donaldson, another one at #2 last year. So we're excited about the group we have. And I think we'll have a good chance to win the conference for the first time in, I think, about 10 years. So we're excited.
Kind of different than most sports. You have like an off season in between your two seasons. How important are the next couple of weeks? Obviously, the holidays are coming up, but how important is it to set yourself up for spring the next couple of weeks here?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. I think, like you mentioned, it's not like a lot of sports where you have that break. You kind of start the school year out together. You get things moving, get your freshmen kind of acclimated, your returners kind of feeling things again, and then you kind of stop, right? So it's you get to a point where you're playing well, and then you kind of go away, and then you get back at it. So I think the biggest thing for us is really being able to sustain that in the off season too. So we talk a lot about kind of what our expectations are for the guys. It's our non-contact period, so I can't be out there on the courts, but they can still do things on their own. They can condition. We give them an optional plan in which they can condition through and work through themselves. And
you can't stand. We could see you. We could just put you up right here.
Courts, yeah.
We'll get you a walkie-talkie, and nobody will ever know. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, for sure. But no, they do a great job. You go down there at 5 o'clock on most weeknights, and even yesterday we had a recruit on campus who was visiting, and I told him, if you look on the courts, you're going to find kids, and there are about 6 or 8 guys out there playing. So, really cool for our program for them to kind of take leadership and do things on their own as well. So they do a great job of that.
We talk about leadership in every sport. It's important, but I feel like in tennis it's certainly important. It's a very mental game, as you and I were talking about off the air. How important from your standpoint as a coach and what you learned at your days at Indiana State to put that into your leaders to say, hey, we need to step up, because it is a very emotional game as tennis.
Yeah, I think that's a really challenging piece of it, and especially at the college level. I think that as players come in and you play high school tennis, you play USTA tournaments, you compete as a junior player. That's great. And then you come to the college level, and especially a school like this, you're having to deal with the academic side of things. Some of our students are international, like they're moving across the world to come
you said
here.
Brazil.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
that's crazy.
It's a really cool piece, and so I think they do a good job of finding ways to work through some of that and the mental side. You mentioned Indiana State for me, so I actually didn't play at Indiana State. I was the club team president, kind of helped start that. They didn't have a team there, so that also kind of helped me kind of see from the side of not just playing but managing a team too, how that goes into things. So I think that's a huge part of what we do. We talk a lot about kind of the mental side of things, positive self-talk on the court. It definitely plays into our success, I believe, as a team. So it's a huge part of what we do.
When does the season get started? Obviously, a lot of travel. Not really the greatest of tennis weather in the spring sometimes around here. But talk about that travel schedule and things really set off and get going for you guys coming up here over the next couple of months.
Yeah, you mentioned the weather. It's crazy. This fall has been great.
Yeah, today's great.
Yeah, like they've been outside most of the year so far. So we're hoping to push off the inside stuff as long as we can. But yeah, we start off. January 21st is our first day of official practice. We'll obviously be inside unless something crazy happens. But yeah, the schedule in the spring is interesting because you have 1 week where it's 75 degrees and sunny, and the next week it's 45 and rainy, and you can't play outside. So you go from the inside-outside game. If you played tennis, that's a pretty big adjustment, pretty big shift. So we really kind of work through just kind of dealing with what we can control. Right? We talk a lot about that as a team. And so yeah, the travel. You go to some courts and you play indoors at a different facility than you're used to, and it's definitely a very different, challenging game. So I think that's part of it. But we do a nice job of talking about what we can control and keeping our mind on those things.
Yeah, improving, getting better, and we saw it over the last couple of years, your first 2 years here at Rose-Hulman. Best of luck coming up in the spring. Matt Wilson, head tennis coach, for both the boys and the girls here at Rose-Hulman. Thanks so much for your time, man, and good luck coming up in the next couple of months.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm excited for the second half here. Hopefully we can make a little comeback here.
When we come back, we'll have some stats from that first half. Look ahead to the second half. At halftime, it is MSJ with a 21-0 lead over Rose-Hulman on RHIT.TV.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Your kid's Friday night touchdown. Just Wit HD on Roku. IndianaSRN is bringing Central Indiana high school sports right to your living room in crystal clear quality. With over 350 live contests streaming each year, from football under the lights to basketball buzzer beaters, we're putting local athletes in the spotlight. Search IndianaSRN on your Roku device today and never miss a moment of hometown glory.
Down 21-0. It was a burst of 21 straight for MSJ in that second quarter. Tony Donahue, Luke Burton with you. Let's go over some of the stats. And really the passing game we talked about, Luke, was going to be something that Rose-Hulman was going to have to go to early and often. But Adam, you 10 of 18, just 58 yards in that timely pick, which led to 7.
Yeah, so the Rose-Hulman offense not eclipsing 100 yards in this first half. More punting yards, actually. They've got 116 yards through punts. Only about 89 offensive yards from offense. And so the defense as well, not being able to shut down this Mount St. Joseph passing attack like they would have liked to. And that just comes from not being able to get this pressure that they had, and they were finding success last week. Really struggling there on that side. Just a lot not going right so far for Rose-Hulman, and they're looking to clean up their act a little bit, get a little bit more comfortable in the second half.
And the defense has kind of been put in some hard pressing situations. Obviously, the quick turnaround on the interception, which led to 7. They did have 2 stops inside of the red zone in that first quarter, but obviously the long gain down to about the 2-yard line led to the touchdown. So the defense has been put in some tough situations. Third down conversions, Rose-Hulman just 3 of 9. They had the football for 16 minutes in that first half. Only 1 penalty. That was for 13 yards. But if you look at some of the other stats, first downs 8-5 in favor of MSJ. Passing yards 165 to 58. Obviously, one of those coming on that 75-yard touchdown strike to Patrick Connor, who leads all receivers today with 3 catches and 98 yards. Obviously, MSJ has not turned the football over. Rose-Hulman had that first down throw that was intercepted. But in the red zone, 0 for 0. Rose-Hulman has not found themselves past the 30-yard line. And in the red zone, 1 of 3 for MSJ, as we talked about, those 2 big stops defensively for Rose-Hulman in that first half. But what else sticks out for you when we look at this box score from half number 1?
Well, it's the receiving duo for Mount St. Joseph, Patrick Connor and Eli Aston, both with 3 targets, both with 3 receptions. But Patrick Connor, 98 yards and a touchdown, and Eli Aston, 50 yards, and that amazing scoop and score just off of a tip pass where he was just laid out, right place at the right time. But the passing offense for Mount St. Joseph has just been lights out. 9 for 15, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns. That 75-yard bomb to Patrick Connor. It's been extremely difficult for Rose-Hulman to step up and stop them, even though they had those 2 red zone stops so close to the goal line. The Rose-Hulman offense has not been able to fight back the same way that they're wanting to.
Those 3 scores all came within 4 minutes and 30 seconds of each other. De La Cruz with a 1-yard rush at the 8:07 mark of that second quarter, followed by the 75-yard pass from Schreiber to Connor, and then Eaton with that 31-yard tip pass. It was tipped in the end zone and brought in by Aston from 31 yards for the score, 21-0. However, Rose-Hulman will get the football to start this second half. What do you need to see out of Adam Yu in this offense?
Need to see Adam Yu go for more medium passes, try and get his receivers in that 8 to 13 yard range away from the line of scrimmage. We saw him try a little bit there at the end of the first half, a little bit of miscues. He was able to find his man a couple times there, but he needs to lock in a little bit, find these men, get down the field, and not continue what his average yards per play is. On the pass, it's been about 4-ish yards, and that's not what you want if you're trying to drive down the field and start scoring quickly, which is what they need to do. They got to get more long. I'm not saying airmail it. I'm just saying you got to find those 10-yard passes, get that average a little bit higher, and start to march down the field a little bit and give your running game a little bit more of an opportunity there, because the defense is expecting the run most of the time. So they're going to cue in on that a little bit. And whenever you pass it and you're not going downfield with the passes, the defense kind of is able to adjust to that even though they're playing the run.
Trevor Segudo, the punter, 3 kicks for 116 yards, an average of 38 yards per punt, along a 42. He also had that tackle that saved the touchdown, which kept points off of the board for MSJ in that first quarter. And your receiving leaders for Rose-Hulman: Jay Smith, 3 catches for 12, Alexion, 2 catches for 21, Marsteller, 2 for 10, and then late in that second quarter, Avery Cody caught 2 passes for 10 yards. We'll take a quick break, come back. Rose-Hulman will receive the second half kickoff, looking for a comeback win to continue their season here on RHIT.TV.
At Riskwork, we're Team Indiana through and through, from coaching youth basketball to protecting critical infrastructure. Like our partners at IndianaSRN, we invest in people first. That same grit and leadership on the court drives our work in cybersecurity. We help businesses stay secure, resilient, and ready with no guesswork. If you can trust us to protect the grid, you can surely trust us to protect your Indiana business.
It's game day, a time to focus on the excitement and not to worry about your insurance coverage. With Indiana Farmers Insurance by your side, you can step onto the field or into the bleachers with true peace of mind, knowing your coverage is handled by local agents who care about your business, your auto, your home, and your farm as much as you do. Local insurance, local agents, here for you. Now that's what we call teamwork.
Plenty on the line here in the second half coming up for Rose-Hulman as they look to come back from a 21-point deficit in today's Senior Day contest. Again, the winner of this game will get the HCAC's bid to the Open Doors Bowl Series coming up next Saturday from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio. Tickets are on sale now. Check out Ticketmaster. $20 for general admission, $45 for club seating. That is for both games coming up next Saturday. The winner of this contest will play next Saturday in Canton again, 6:30. Check out the Open Doors Bowl Series homepage for more information. Tony Donahue, Luke Burton with you here. Second half kickoff coming. Rose-Hulman finds themselves down 3 scores, 21-0, as this one is booted into the end zone touchback. And Rose-Hulman will start the opening drive of the second half from the 25-yard line.
Rose-Hulman needs to come out here and start playing surgical. They need to get these quick passes in that are further down the field, not allowing time for the play to fall apart, and they need to score. I don't see Mount St. Joseph letting up on the gas at all. There's no reason for them to, especially with so much on the line here this game. So they need to score every time they get the ball.
So Rose-Hulman will take to the field offensively here to start it. We want to thank Officially Human. Our mission is to restore respect for game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the courts of play. Do your part, practice good sportsmanship, no officials, no play. Handoff, Smith, line of scrimmage, stuff, push back. 2nd and 10 coming up. And I think the game plan for head coach Sokol was, let's get the running game going to open up the passing game in the first half. That did not happen. Starting here now, Rose-Hulman has not gotten ahead of the sticks. It'll be a 2nd down and 11.
They might need to reverse that ideology here. They need to get the passing game going to open up room for this running game that's been so good for them recently.
You throw, deflected, incomplete.
Bit of a hard tackle there.
Yeah, it was Jalen White who might have got his hand on it, and Cody is down injured at about the 35-yard line. And we will have an official's timeout as the doctors will come out to take a look at him. We'll take it with them here real quick. Just into this second half, MSJ 21-0.
Anxious over algebra? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at AskRose.org. Confused by chemistry? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at AskRose.org.
They went to Avery Cody there on 2nd down, and the ball falls incomplete. He was tackled to the ground hard. He'll get looked at here on the sideline, but looks to maybe just got the wind knocked out of him after the hard throw to the turf. And once again, quickly, in 30 seconds into this second half, Rose-Hulman faces a 3rd down and long. 3rd and 11. Crossing route deflected, incomplete. And getting a paw on it was number 33, Jason Oprisic from Wabash, Indiana, playing back here in his home state. And a quick 3 and out, just 33 seconds off the board.
Yeah, you felt the pressure there on that play. I mean, there was about 3 guys coming to get him there that already beat their tackle, and he just had to get rid of it there. Saw a man, not sure if he was open or not, but lineman got a hand on the ball.
Yeah, this defensive front from MSJ really wreaking havoc in the backfield. Here's a punt in the air, into the wind, wobbler, fielded on a fair catch at the 40-yard line, so good field position for MSJ to start their first possession of the second half. Family Source Insurance, Pat Cherry is your independent agent, proudly representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him today, 317-894-7000 for coverage tomorrow. Defensively, not awful here from Rose-Hulman. Obviously, the 2 big plays on the deflective touchdown and then the 75-yarder, those 2 accounting for 14 of the 21 points. But there's only so much bend and break you can do before giving up a score, and Rose-Hulman's defense right back onto the field after that quick 3 and out.
Yeah, this Rose-Hulman defense needs to just take it up just another notch. They're not playing bad, but there's a couple things they need to work on, like especially stopping those short runs that have been breaking out into a bit longer. They're averaging probably an average of 5 yards per carry right now, which is not what you want to see if you're Rose-Hulman.
And Napier goes for 3 there on first down. He is averaging 3 per carry, 13 yards rushing on the afternoon. They'll go to the air here on second down. Quick dump off. Napier catches it out of the backfield. Plenty of space. Lowers the shoulder, and it's pushed out of bounds in plus territory, enough for a first down at the 45-yard line. Wide open there out of the backfield was Napier. Makes the first man miss. That was Jackson Nava on the missed tackle, and we'll go quickly here. Plenty of time. Cross the middle. Caught and hit hard.
Ooh.
But a first down there. Coming in to make the stop was Antonio Barnes, but it wasn't until Patrick Connor with another big gain. And he takes the hit, pops up, and says, nope, I got crunched. I'm going to go back down to a knee. Might have got the wind knocked out of him there. That was a big hit, but a good job there by Connor of holding on to the football.
Yeah,
we'll have another injury. Looks like this will be a quick one, so we'll go ahead and keep it right here. But man, the 3 and outs for offensively Rose-Hulman, and quickly striking immediately MSJ now inside the 20, their 4th red zone trip this afternoon.
MSJ showing Rose-Hulman exactly what Rose-Hulman's offense needs to be doing with these laser strikes that U is not really showing us that he's consistently able to do so far. But keep in mind, U's a freshman, plenty of time to improve. But on a stage like this with so much on the line, he's really got to take it up a notch.
Schreiber, man in the backfield with them, man in motion. 1st and 10. They'll go to the air, throws it, back of the end zone, touchdown. My goodness, Kamari Pittman. What a strike. Standing in the pocket, Schreiber takes the hit and fires one right on the money for the touchdown from 18 yards out. What a pitch and catch there from MSJ.
Schreiber's playing lights out right now. That was a perfect ball into the back of the end zone, only where his receiver can catch it.
What a throw there by Schreiber. Puts it right on the money, over the top of 2 Rose-Hulman defenders, and right into the breadbasket from 18 yards out. And MSJ strikes again. Extra point is blocked, but wobbles in. And with 13:02 to play in this third quarter, it's been all Lions 28-0 on RHIT.TV.
Fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN family today and take your passion for high school and college sports to the next level.
Countdown. 3, 2, 1.
It took 4 plays for Mount St. Joseph's on their opening drive of the second half to find the end zone. Schreiber on a strike out of the backfield for the touchdown. Pittman caught it 18 yards. Touchdowns of now 75, 31, and 18 through the air. 12 of 18 for Schreiber. 221 yards and 3 touchdowns. He has been carving up this Rose-Hulman defense.
Yeah, Schreiber's showing his age here in a good way compared to Adam. You've got that inexperience as a freshman. Schreiber, the junior.
Kicks fielded at the 5. Some space past the 20. Passes the 24-yard line and push out of bounds right at the 25. So Rose-Hulman now down 4 scores. A quick 3 and out to start this second half. I think first things first for this offense, you just want to see those sticks move.
Absolutely. They need to get the ball moving, and they need to find a way to do it efficiently. Start off slow. Get a couple short passes like you've been doing, but then kind of build off of that once you get that comfort level up with these passes. Definitely need to get that completion percentage up, get those that yard average up, like I said earlier. This is on Adam U's shoulders right now.
Jacob DeWitt into the game, and we're going to have a false start right off the bat. So move the sticks back. And again, just talk about things and Penalties piling up. Incompletions and not being able to move the chains. And right off the bat there, a false start. Moving back 1st and 15 coming up from the 18-yard line. On senior afternoon. With an appearance in a bowl game on the line coming up next Saturday. If you're heading over to Canton, stop at Aspen Creek Grill on your way. Why go anywhere else if you're looking for fresh, amazing food and service who truly care about your experience? You have to try Aspen Creek Grill. It's Justin's favorite. Roll out. Under pressure. Throws. Caught! Nice catch there. Max Wilking, the tight end, with his first catch of the afternoon. The Ohio boy.
Adam, you needed that one right there. And that's exactly what we're talking about. Not airmailing it, but finding the open man a little bit further down the field than what we've seen a lot this game. That's a great play.
12-yard pickup, 2nd down and 3. Go to the air again. You under pressure, and he's sacked immediately.
They were all over him right there.
Daniel Gray, the D-line freshman out of Indianapolis, in on the sack.
Feels like it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back here for this Rose-Hulman offense. Anytime they seem to get something going there, get a nice play, it's either that defensive line swarming them or just a miscue by the offense. But we saw it right there.
2nd down. Quick throw out of the backfield. 3rd down and 11. Smith spins out of 1 and then gets stuffed. So it'll be a 4th down and about 6 here. Probably a little bit too early to go for it.
Yeah, you felt that pressure there. About 6 men going at him. Really only one option was to dump it off.
31-30, Texas A&M back up on South Carolina. Here comes the punt. Aston back around a 30. Good high boot. It's going to spin to the right, roll it to 40. And it'll be out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Rose-Hulman's defense back out on the football field. We're not even 4 minutes into this second half. MSJ already with the score. And Rose-Hulman with back-to-back 3-and-outs offensively.
Yeah, this is looking rough for Rose-Hulman. They need a stop here. There's no question about it. They need to get some decent field position for their quarterback too, because whenever they've gotten these stops, it's been within 10, 15 yards of their own end zone.
Out of shotgun. Schreiber still in the game. Steps up. He's going to get hit from behind and taken down. They're going to give him +1. So we talk about a day that not much has gone right for Rose-Hulman. Even when you think you get a sack from behind, it's a pickup of 1.
Yeah, he's still got that momentum going forward.
You know, I wonder if you're Coach Sokol, do you start trying to throw the football more downfield? Do you maybe make a substitution at quarterback? Obviously, you've been the guy as a freshman.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see a change here, but
he's 12 of 22 for 76 yards. Schreiber under pressure, sidearms one across midfield, caught for a 1st down. Michael Hunkus with the catch. That is just his first catch of this contest.
Back to what we were saying, use your guy for the next year. You're confident on that. You want to see him grow. I don't blame you for keeping him in this game and seeing if he can respond to this adversity. Down 28-0, really need to see him step his game up a little bit.
Rose-Hulman shows blitz, out of shotgun. Schreiber is hit as he throws, and the ball bounces incomplete. 2nd down coming up for MSJ. Hey, we would love for you to become an IndianaSRN or an RHIT.TV sponsor. Support high school and college athletes across Indiana while putting your business in front of thousands of loyal viewers each week. Coach at IndianaSRN.org. Great to be with you here this afternoon on Senior Day. Our great crew here at RHIT IndianaSRN.TV. Matt and Justin, Will doing a great job. Luke and Tony.
Tony, you're doing a great job.
I'm trying. We're trying. 2nd and 10. Low snap. Under pressure.
Rose-Hulman
We're
needed
gonna
that
have a sack.
one.
The ball squirts loose. They're going to mark it down. So Rose-Hulman, you're right about that. They needed it. Gavin Gross in on their pursuit. Give him the sack alongside Augustus Schreirock.
Big play for Rose-Hulman there. Absolutely needed something to go their way. And that's doesn't get much better than nearly a turnover.
That would have been huge.
Would have been.
9:20 to play, 3rd quarter.
Rose-Hulman needs to replicate that.
Yeah, you have to get off the field here on a 3rd and 20. From the 43. Plenty of time. Ball batted down, deflected, and incomplete. Nice job there on the pursuit defensively and on the deflection for Rose-Hulman. That's number 40, Austin Hastings.
Rose-Hulman cannot afford to have another 4 and out here. I think they're, even though we're still a little early into the, or nearly halfway into the into the 3rd quarter.
This one will take a bounce for Rose-Hulman into the end zone. And will be a touchback. So Rose-Hulman will have the football. 9 minutes to play. Down 28-0. And we'll see what they decide to do here offensively. Obviously not much has gotten going.
The one thing you can't do is the same thing. You need to switch it up.
Adam Hughes stays in the game. 3 wide, bottom of your screen. 1st and 10, ball on the 20. We'll go to the air, quick screen, backfield. Jay Smith has it, cuts back, gets a block, tries to burst forward, but he's tripped up for a pickup of 5. And I think you're certainly going to have to for the final quarter and 8:48 plus. Here, go quickly with the no huddle.
Absolutely, and it feels like one of these running backs for Rose-Hulman is due for a big gain, but each time it seems like they're about to get it, MSJ's all over it, not allowing more than like a 4 or 5 yard carry.
Man in motion, handoff. Pickup of a couple. It'll be a 3rd down and short there. Alexander Marstella on the carry. And that's really been one of the biggest keys here, Luke, is Rose-Hulman has not been able to get that rushing attack going with Jay Smith back in the lineup here for the first time in 3 weeks.
Yeah, another key to this game so far has been this MSJ defense not allowing a big burst play at all. The longest play for Rose-Hulman, as that's intercepted.
Slant route is picked off by MSJ to the house. Pick 6, Brady Pierce. Read the route, picked it off to the house, 34-0 in favor of MSJ.
Looked like he ran the route for the receiver and just ripped it away from him.
Defense playing well, offense playing well. It's been all MSJ here in this one with still 7:53 to go in the 3rd quarter. Extra point pending to make this a 35-0 contest.
That looked like a
jump defensively.
Bit of a jump.
Or are they going to call it a false start? We'll see who went first.
But what I was saying just before that great defensive play was Rose-Hulman doesn't have a play. Their longest play so far has been 16 yards, a 16-yard rush out of Jay Smith, as well as a 16-yard pass from Adam Yu. They're not allowing any big plays so far this game. And that was kind of their bread and butter last week with that rushing attack.
It's a little bit deeper of an extra point here. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good. 35-0. MSJ on RHIT.TV.
So I started working on Babcock Ranch 16 years ago. We designed a sustainable community that is also storm resilient, and also it has a ton of flood control associated with it. It has 75 megawatt solar facilities on site, which will cover the entire 18,000 acre community. In September of 2022, we had Hurricane Ian. We had 150 miles an hour sustained winds for about 10 hours and 21 inches of rain. Babcock really had little to no damage at all. We were the only place in a 2-county area that had any electric or any available drinking water that did not need to be boiled. And Rose really prepares you to go out, think outside the box, and problem solve. And I think for any major at Rose-Hulman, that's what you're getting. You have the ability to go out and create something new and innovate and change the way that we live as humans today.
Yeah, our friends at Wheeler Mission are preparing for next week's Drumstick Dash on Thanksgiving morning. Please feel free to volunteer with them. 317-686-6239. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a staple in the Indianapolis area. Here comes the kickoff for Rose-Hulman, down 35-0, gets back to the 18-yard line. Wheeler Mission providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. 317-686-6239. Under 2 weeks until the Drumstick Dash, as Rose-Hulman will take over after the pick six. You see it there. Route jumped to the house. And it's been all Lions well on their way to punching their ticket to the postseason and a bowl game. A bowl game will come up next week from Canton, Ohio. 6:30, November 16th, which is tomorrow, is when the official matchups will be announced. No gain here on first down. MSJ. And we're going to have flags. It's getting chippy. Number 90 running away. Usually when you run away like that, you're the one who did something. Let's be honest. And the officials will get together. So next Saturday, tickets on sale for the Open Doors Bowl via Ticketmaster. $20 general admission for 2 games, $45 club seats. 2 games at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio, next Saturday. So tomorrow night, barring the biggest miracle we've ever seen, MSJ will be representing the HCAC in that bowl. As flags being picked up, and this is going to push Rose-Hulman back to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 17.
Yeah, you mentioned it getting chippy. We saw at the end of that first half, there's a lot of tension. We didn't see anything for the good portion of the third quarter, but tension's back, man.
Marsteller on the 2nd down run picks up a couple. 3rd and 12.
Right now, if you're Rose-Hulman, you're playing for your seniors.
Mm-hmm.
You just want them to have a good game, a good memory of the final game. Only way you can do that is at least try and get some points on the board here.
Yeah, maybe look for a Ben Klein, the senior. He's been quiet, just 1 catch this afternoon. 3rd and 12. Back-to-back 3 and outs, and then the pick 6. There's Klein. Passes the 25. Right to the spot. And it's going to be very close on whether or not that's a first down.
Looks like it'll be a little short from our angle, but we're not down there.
Roughing the passer. It'll be an automatic first down.
There you go.
You takes the hit, delivers it to Klein.
Yeah, you had
tack
to dump
on
that.
15.
He had to dump that off pretty quickly. It's about three defenders broke through his offensive line in unison.
Ball to the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Luke, we talked about this, man. Take the yards, how you can get them.
Absolutely. They are at a premium right now.
Marsteller runs, patiently gets to the edge, passes the 45 to the 46-yard line, pickup of a couple. So 2nd down and 6. Marsteller will check out of the game, and back in goes Jay Smith.
Yeah, I've been waiting to see Jay Smith come in here. The Evansville, Indiana native coming out of my alma mater. He is their star senior. He needs to be getting the ball right here in what's looking to be his his final game.
I want to see a pitch, maybe some misdirection here. They'll go with the play action, throws it, and it's at the feet of Ben Klein, incomplete. Yu shuffling his feet backwards, throws it incomplete, and a 3rd down and 6. I mean, at this point, maybe some misdirections, maybe a pitch to the outside to Jay Smith. Try something to maybe get the defenders going one way.
It wouldn't be, if they tried something like that, wouldn't be the first time Jay Smith has thrown a ball this year.
High snap, Yu corrals it. He's going to go down in the backfield. 3rd and 6, high snap, loss of 4. It'll be a 4th and long. Just shy of the 45-yard line for Rose-Hulman. And at this point, down 35-0 with 5:38 to go. You go for it. MSJ will bring 4. One-on-one coverage, bottom of your screen. Alexion, he has a couple catches here this afternoon. They'll go to the air. 4th down. Looks for his 3rd and 4th read across the middle. Caught and hit hard from behind. Complete, but not enough for the 1st down. It was Austin Porter on the crossing route, and MSJ will take over from the 46-yard line.
You hoping that Porter would be able to break a tackle there, but there was not looking good for him there, as he had to get another 4 yards after the catch.
It was a slow-moving start to this one, Luke. It was 0-0 at the end of the 1st quarter, and then a burst in the 2nd quarter for 3 scores from MSJ. They backed it up here in the 3rd with still 5:12 to go with 2 more touchdowns, one on that pick 6, 35-0 in favor of MSJ. Delayed draw here. This is going to go to Napier. And they'll push the pile back. Players go flying. And in on the tackle there for Rose-Hulman, Rudy Griffin, his 4th tackle of the afternoon.
Yeah, after that slow first quarter, MSJ just erupted offensively. They started slinging the ball. They're gaining chunk yards each time they got the ball. And this Rose-Hulman defense just has not been able to keep up with them.
Out of shotgun. And in motion, they're going to go to the air. Quick screen out of the backfield. Napier has it, passes the 35-yard line, enough for a 1st down. And I think if you're MSJ, you want to get a couple more reps in for Schreiber, your starting quarterback, and I think you'll see the 2nd string come into that 4th quarter well on their way. MSJ to a bowl appearance. Throw across the middle, deflected again, and incomplete. 2 opportunities there for Rose-Hulman to get an INT. They can't corral either.
A lot of
it's
velocity
incomplete
on that
with
ball.
a penalty marker in the backfield. It's going to be roughing the passer nonetheless. Move it forward as MSJ well on their way to the 2025 Open Doors Bowl Series coming up next week from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Disappointing senior afternoon here for Rose-Hulman. LifeWise Academy. They have programs that support educators and communities by improving student outcomes. With LifeWise Academy, your community can bring biblical studies into the classroom. 614-367-5767. We also want to thank Morales Group Staffing, creating better futures for you and your family and the community we share. Call us, 317-472-7600. 1st down after the penalty. Throw left side. Caught. They're going to rule him out of bounds. Incomplete.
Good attempt there from the receiver to try and haul it in, but it was just a little bit out to the left. Not able to hold on to it while in bounds.
Today's broadcast is the copyright of HCAC and RHIT.TV. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of RHIT.TV and the HCAC is simply prohibited. Inside the red zone, once again, for MSJ. Looking to add to this lead with under 4 to play.
Ooh.
A little dump off pass there, thrown forward and incomplete. 3rd and 10 from the 18.
Haven't seen too many miscues like that from
Yeah.
Schreiber. Schreiber looking to eclipse 250 yards.
He's had a day.
Game.
He's certainly had a day. 14 of 23, 249, and 3 scores. I think if you're Rose-Hulman, you want to get off the football field, at least give these Fighting Engineer faithful something to cheer about, as we see some snaps on the Rose-Hulman side from backup quarterback. Under pressure, Schreiber, that's going to be intentional ground. He gets stuffed to the ground hard. And, you know, we talked about it's getting chippy, Luke. It's a 35-0 game. You're going to play in a bowl game next week. And, yeah, it's going to be a roughing the passer here. A late flag. Not even a late flag. That was a late flag.
That was about 5 beats after the play.
As backup quarterback, Travis Grayson for Rose-Hulman warming up on the sideline. Oh, they're going to call this.
Looks like they're keeping it with intentional grounding.
Yes, it is intentional grounding. Indeed, that certainly should have been the call. Don't know why it took that long, but it was a hard hit to the turf.
It was.
But it's going to be a loss of downs, and MSJ will be forced to punt it here, and we'll see a new quarterback for Rose-Hulman.
And they're lucky they got out of that with just an intentional grounding, because that was Schreiber was running maybe 25 yards behind the line of scrimmage there.
4th and 36. And they'll do what they did last time. They'll bring out of the backfield. Comes Aston to kick it. There's the snap. He'll roll to the right. Sky high, straight up the elevator shaft. Get away from it. Bounces around. Takes a decent bounce for MSJ to the 15-yard line. I mean, we talk about, you know, you need to have things go your way. A couple bounces here. But even, I mean, it was a block punt that was fielded at the 14. That one had no distance until it bounced to the 16-yard line, and that's where Rose-Hulman will take over with backup quarterback number 12, Travis Grayson, into the game. So we talked about, will we see a change down 35-0 with 3:41 to play, and here it comes. Jay Smith still in the backfield.
Yeah, I'd expect Jay Smith to play the rest of this game out. This is his senior day. He's been arguably the best player on this offense.
Pass across the middle. Senior Ben Klein caught. Pickup of 13, and they take the football away. Are they going to blow the whistle as forward progress, or are they going to mark it a fumble? They're going to mark it a fumble. The ball was absolutely ripped out of his hands by Miles Harding, and MSJ will take over. Just when you think you've seen it all, and you've seen it all go wrong for Rose-Hulman here.
And Klein was absolutely manhandled on that play. Yeah. There was about 4 defenders on him, keeping him up while one was punching the ball out.
Tough way to end it for the senior Ben Klein. He's had such a great career here. You see in front of us all the Klein time shirts. There's at least a dozen of them. First down, handoff, plenty of space. Pickup of 12. They're going to mark forward progress, knee down, back, just shy of the sticks. So 2nd and 1.
And there's still 3 minutes left in this third quarter.
Yeah, plenty of time. And you're not going to come back, but on a senior night, you try to get something going to Ben Klein, your senior, and he gets the ball ripped from you. So a 2nd and short here, ball on the 24, under 3 minutes to play, third quarter. Handoff. Lowering the shoulder into the red zone. Mark him at the 20, first down.
Hard to imagine that MSJ will go for much more than these rushes right now, as they're trying to get they're just trying to finish the game out.
Well, each play here should be snapped with about 5 seconds to play in the play clock.
Unless MSJ really wants to prove a point here, they're just going to keep handing it off. And they've found a lot of success on the ground as well as the air. Their leading rusher, Dallas De La Cruz, averaging about 4 yards a carry.
They'll go to the air here, to the end zone. One-on-one and overthrown, incomplete. So on 1st and 10, going to the air, incomplete. And I guess there's two ways to look at this, right? You're looking at, as we get the Klein family there on the screen for you, you know, you're kind of looking at it, hey, what can we try here? We're up 35-0 for MSJ. What can we try to maybe see what will work for next Saturday's bowl game?
Yeah, right now is a bit of a time for experimentation. They've got the whole fourth quarter left as kind of a sandbox, as long as they're not making too many mistakes here as the ball goes almost nowhere on that rush.
Yeah, good pursuit there defensively from Rose-Hulman. Football at the 17-yard line, 3rd and 7.
We have yet to see a field goal attempt here this game.
We thought maybe that would be the case with the windy conditions. And we'll see here on a 3rd and 7 from the 17-yard line. Inside the red zone, they'll go to the air. Looking for his 4th touchdown strike of the afternoon. Scrambles, fires, across the body, diving, caught.
Oh, he drops it.
They're going to mark him down. They're going to mark it a catch. And then the ruling was caught and then down. I think this is the right call. Based on live reaction.
I mean, it looked like he had a secure grip on it, went down, but then immediately tossed it.
They don't like it.
Fans are
They
not
don't
happy
like it here
about
on the
that
Rose-Hulman
call.
side. So 1st and goal, 37 seconds to play. Handoff up the middle, Tutty.
Doesn't get easier than that there. Only about 1 yard to go.
De La Cruz's 2nd rushing touchdown of the afternoon. And it is all MSJ, 41-0.
Patrick Connor now up to 125 yards on the day
that
on
was
4 receptions.
Heck of a catch. Obviously, that 75-yarder for the touchdown. Extra point is good. No good. No, he missed it to the left. So the first thing that didn't go right today for MSJ is the missed extra point. They lead 41-0 on RHIT.TV.
Poached egg on avocado toast.
Ew. Your flash fried porgy over chips.
Ew.
Your fresh Maine lobster with microgreens.
When the only thing your 8-year-old will eat is waffles.
She's fine. She's fine. Your waffles, milady.
It matters where you stay.
Yum.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry-out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
We're back here from Rose-Hulman, MSJ, off of the turnover, off of the fumble recovery. Takes it to the house, 41-0. It's been all MSJ in this contest. Connor with a big catch there. He's got 4 for 125 yards. De La Cruz runs it in for his 2nd score of the afternoon, 41-0 MSJ, with still 31 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter.
Rose-Hulman's only job now is to just provide a little bit of good memories for these seniors in this last quarter.
Try to get a senior score, a Ben Klein, a Jay Smith, something along those lines.
And this game has been nothing if not chippy. Very physical matchup. And a lot of tension that I'd be surprised if we didn't see another little scuffle in this 4th quarter coming up. As Rose-Hulman will probably run this clock out.
23 seconds to play, third quarter. Shotgun snap. Quarterback keeper. Might have been a little bit of a miscommunication there on the high snap, and that should take us to the end of this third quarter. It's been all MSJ. 41-0 on RHIT.
Yeah, didn't look like that one was a intentional keeper there. Snap a little bit high and off.
End of the third quarter. We'll take a quick break right after this.
We're doing things so quickly. A lot of times we know that we need help. So our professors all know us by name.
Basically, everybody knows everybody here.
That one-on-one personal connection you're getting with the faculty, you don't get that a lot of places.
We're not just saying, here, go do this hard project. We are right there with them. We work with them.
The faculty are there for you.
We're back here for the fourth quarter. Mount St. Joseph with a 41-0 lead in a chippy contest. We were scoreless after one. At halftime, it was 21-0 and 20 points there in the third quarter for Mount St. Joseph's, and the Lions been in control ever since that second quarter. 41-0. Rose-Hulman, backup quarterback into the game. That's Travis Grayson. He's completed one pass to Ben Klein, and then that was ripped away on a fumble.
Right now, Ben Klein only 18 yards away from getting to that 300-yard mark on the season. So that's something to look forward to if you're him. And that's just...
that ain't going to help.
About 5 yards deeper than the receiver.
Picked off. Flags come in. Austin Adams on the pick. Penalty marker comes in late. Just footballs in places they shouldn't be, I guess, is the way to sum this one up offensively for Rose-Hulman. And, Luke, we talked about this. I mean, now let him cheer a little bit.
Yeah, calling an unsportsmanlike play on just spinning the ball after getting an interception. I feel like that's pretty standard now.
Yeah. I guess, time and place, right? You're up 41-0. No need to rub anything in the faces any more than what you already have on the scoreboard.
Absolutely, but this has been a chippy game.
Yep. And I think we expect it to be chippy for this final fourth quarter, despite the fact that it's 41-0. Starting quarterback still in here, Jackson Schreiber. Handoff in the backfield, and a nice job there by Augustus Schreirock with the tackle for loss.
And Schreiber can do no wrong right now. He's got 264 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The only thing you can say that isn't great is his completion percentage at 57.7. But, I mean, you look at the scoreboard, it kind of tells the entire story for them. Monster game so far for Patrick Connor, up to 125 yards and a touchdown. You got 3 different players with a receiving touchdown.
Schreiber to the air. What a ball. Coming back for it was Hunkus for his third catch of the afternoon. But Schreiber puts it right on a rope, and it's caught for a big-time gain there on 2nd and 12.
Way to keep the feet in for Hunkus there, as he was just inches away from the out-of-bounds line.
Reach back, open that door, tell the coaching staff to run a flea flicker, see if you can get a play call in.
Oh, I would love to. Why not? I don't think they'd like to see me back there.
Here's the snap. And a run into plus territory. I think if we yell it loud enough, they probably hear us. I mean, we heard them yell in that celebration.
A couple times.
We got a Kirk Cousins, you like that.
Thin walls. Got the...
Not as bad as what we heard a few weeks ago when I thought the coach was going to come through the wall.
For that Bluffton game?
Yeah. The Beavs coaching staff. Was not
Near
happy.
comeback.
Ball in midfield. 13-15 to go. Luke, what you got going on the rest of your weekend?
I'm a full-time student. Got a lot of homework to do.
Schreiber airs it out. Probably got to deflect, and oh my goodness. Look for Ashton again. And the way that this has gone for MSJ, you thought that might deflect into the hands of Aston. Incomplete, 3rd and 6 coming up. But still airing out the ball. Up 41-0.
It's almost as if the MSJ coach doesn't want their players to get bored here.
See if they can hear me. Hey, run the flea flicker. Run it.
I'm not hearing a response yet, but maybe we'll see one.
I don't know. Nobody in the backfield here. Empty set, 3rd and 6. Go to the air, quick toss, left side, caught, breaks out of the first tackle, spins, and it's going to be enough for a first down. That's once again Hunkus with another catch. That is his 3rd for 54 yards. They're going to go single.
Texas A&M scored 28 unanswered in the second half.
Single back here. Schreiber, only player in the backfield, takes the snap. He's going to go to the air.
Oh, he's got 5.
Fires, deflected, incomplete.
Oh, he had a touchdown there.
Nice pass deflect there by Wyatt Bell, the junior from River Falls, Wisconsin.
Pick number 5, Joey Thaman. Burnt the coverage there. Would have been his first reception of the game.
Schreiber, 17 of 29, 299 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think you get him over 300, you call it a day.
That seems fair.
12:21 to play. Hand it off. Oh, he could have pitched it back for the flea flicker, but he's going to run with it.
You really want this bad, don't you?
It. And pick up on 2nd down there of about 7, so 3rd and 3 coming up. More extracurriculars. Checking in, number 89. Tannen Keller, the sophomore tight end. He's about 6'6", 150. 3rd and 4. Two in motion. Schreiber with the snap, fakes it, rolls out, looking, dump off, caught.
Gets his 300 yards.
Over 300, enough for a first down. Clock continues to move. Wide open there on the rollout.
Feels like right now, the longer this offense delays the play, the more gets open instead of falls apart here. So each time they scramble, each time they extend the play, there's a chance for a touchdown. I mean,
Kawanishi there on the tackle, just checking in. Still throwing down the seam, incomplete. And the clock stops on incompletions. Just wanted you to know that.
Oh, well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask.
Yeah. Unfortunately. It is still going to the air, still with your starting quarterback in the contest, leading 41-0.
A little under 11 minutes left in this fourth quarter.
On RHIT.TV. Plenty of basketball coming up over the next couple of weeks. Our friends here at IndianaSRN will have semi-state football for you next week. Quick throw out, right side caught, cuts back, dives forward. And on 2nd and 10, they pick up 3. It'll be a 3rd down and 7. They're going dual ass snug right.
Yeah, I was.
They're going snug right here. We just heard the play call.
It's thin walls,
They're
man.
going snug right. So I'm assuming a delayed draw. run to the top of the screen?
We'll see.
Step up. Caught. Let's see the mark. He's going to be short of the sticks.
He's right there. Yeah, just.
And even on a pass completion, they go out of bounds to stop the clock.
They're loving this game. They're trying to keep it going as long as they can, savor it.
4th and 1. And we'll keep the clock running here. There we go. Wind that bad boy. 4th and 1. Hand off. Plenty enough for the first down. Hit hard. And here we go. We're throwing.
Went out
hard
of his
hit.
way to.
And late flag coming in from the far side. Might have been a punch thrown there.
It was more of an open palm slap to the top of the head.
Yeah, we talked about it being chippy and continuing to stay chippy. And that happens when you're up 41-0 and you're still trying to throw the ball around the yard with your starting quarterback.
Yeah, it's a little disrespectful. It's also just trying out some stuff like we mentioned earlier. Trying out dual left, snug right.
So unsportsmanlike conduct on what would have been a first down play. Let's see what the refs is going to go over and explain to the coaching staff of MSJ. We've got a player down on the far side. I believe that run was number 27, if not mistaken. Dallas De La Cruz. Is that a pretty big afternoon? No, he's still in the backfield.
First and 10 from about the 33.
Was there an ejection on that?
Looks like everyone's waiting to find out here.
Yeah. Could be the longest fourth quarter ever played.
I'm here for it.
Justin's got a date at 7. We got to get back to Indy.
Oh, no.
Even on their completions, they're getting out of bounds. 9:41 to play. So we wait the official call here. We have an injured player on the far side. And both teams will come to the huddle. We'll take a quick timeout. 9:41 to play on RHIT.TV.
Teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
So some extracurriculars on the fourth down play. Although MSJ did complete it for a first down, it'll be brought back to about the 33-yard line here on RHIT.TV. 41-0 the score. The visiting MSJ Lions in full control. Some extracurricular on that play has led to this going on 5-minute delay in real time. Clock winds, 1st and 10 from the 33. And yes, he is either injured or thrown out after throwing a punch. Either way, for MSJ, Jordan Davis walking off the football field to the far side end zone, as you can see in the top of your screen. holding here will come back to the delight of the Rose-Hulman faithful.
Don't give Rose-Hulman a chance here.
And I think if you're Rose-Hulman, you just want to keep points off the board and go score. Whether you got to throw it deep, some trickeration, some misdirection, try anything.
Absolutely. You don't want to be shut out on senior night. That is the last thing you want to do. Even if you lose by 40, you want to have points on the board.
Nice tackle in the backfield for loss here from Jared Ross. Excuse me, that's 39, not 30. That is Benjamin Coons, the senior, out of San Diego, California.
It's quite a drive.
So it'll be second and long. Second and 19 from the 42, 8:42 to play. There's a snap. Going into the air. Nope, they're going to keep it. He'll step up, fire it downfield, up for grabs, has a man. Touchdown. He threw the defender down from the jersey. No flag in front of the official. And there's a late flag. It's going to be more than likely after the play on an unsportsmanlike conduct. It is a 42-yard touchdown strike while up 41-0.
Great catch there, getting around the receiver. Maybe a little bit of a pull on the corner, but very nice play. A little bit short ball.
Was a short ball, coming back for it after throwing the defender down, and it's going to be an unsportsman on Rudy Griffin. They threw him out on 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
I didn't know you could get 2 in one play.
Well, when you do, you're gone. So it continues to get chippy. Apologize for any language you might have heard in the back. Some coaches next to us. Extra point is good. 48-0, 8:26 to play.
Rose-Hulman's one goal right now is to get points on the board.
I mean, this is... Oh, yeah. Should have went there.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you can be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey sports fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN family today and take your passion for high school and college sports to the next level.
48-0. You see the touchdown here, and there was some
little bit of
jostling for the position here. Schreiber throws it up. He's got 4 tutties. And, yeah, you could see right there.
Hard to tell if it's a momentum play or a pull
Rudy
down,
Griffin
but
pointing at the ref saying, how can you not call that? Leads to 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. That kicks him out of the game. And they'll kick off here from the 30. You may not ever see this again. Kicking off from the 35-yard line. What do you do here? Just a little pooch kick? Do you pop it up? They're just gonna
you try and hit it off of
that's There you go.
Now he's forced to
touchback.
return it. Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah, you just got to let that thing go.
Yeah.
So when it's not your day, it's not your day. MSJ 48-0, leading this one. Impressive numbers offensively by Jackson Schreiber. 21 of 35, 356 yards, 4 touchdowns. That long of 75. That came in the second quarter.
We'll see who's coming out for Rose-Hulman here at quarterback.
It'll stay with
Travis Grayson.
Grayson stays in. And he's got Marsteller in the backfield.
Travis Grayson 1 for 2 with an interception on just his second pass.
Out of shotgun. He'll hand it off. Marsteller cuts back, breaks out of another one, and he's hit for a pickup of about 8 there on first down.
Marsteller up to 38 yards.
Yeah, just a great job defensively here by MSJ of taking the rushing attack from Rose-Hulman away, forcing them to put it on the shoulders of freshman quarterback Adam Yu.
And if Adam Yu doesn't come back in, he ended the game 15 for 27.
Yeah, this is 48 points in a matter of 2 quarters and about 8 minutes. Started with 8:07 to go in that second quarter with De La Cruz's rush. And then O'Connor on that 75-yard pass after the and then after the interception, Aston with a 31-yard touchdown pass. As they'll try to get anything going here, Marsteller on a 3rd and 1 for first down.
Moving the chains a little bit, slowly but surely.
Yeah, I think you want to get, obviously Smith's not going to come back into the game. Your senior, Ben Klein, get him a few more touches if you can through the air.
Mm-hmm.
This is a young Rose-Hulman team. Obviously with the freshman quarterback, Avery Cody is a freshman wide receiver. There are a lot of seniors on this team, but a lot of big-time players that'll be coming back next season. Marsteller, the junior, picks up a nice little chunk there on first down.
Marsteller will definitely be seeing a large workload next season after he's proven himself these last couple games that he can be the top option for this offense. This MSJ game just isn't going their way. But, I mean, even now, Marsteller looking like he is leading every offensive player in individual yards.
Yeah, he'll take it here. He's been the top running back for this team over the last 2 weeks with Jay Smith injured. Jay Smith came back, did start today for Rose-Hulman on senior afternoon. Smith 13 attempts, 22 yards. Marsteller now 13 attempts, 51 yards. Totally different story than what we've seen over the last 2 weeks from this rushing attack from Rose-Hulman.
Absolutely, and you can tell that Mount St. Joseph came into the game prepared. They saw the last 2 games just as much as we saw the last 2 games and knew what they needed to do to neutralize this offense.
3rd and 4.
They've done just that.
Klein in motion. They'll hand it off to Marsteller. He's met immediately. In on the pursuit there was Hunter Sanz, the bright Indiana native.
You can't say it's not a beautiful day right now.
It is certainly a nice sunny day here in Terre Haute. 4 o'clock Eastern time on the head.
About 74 degrees, some slight wind.
What a difference 6 days makes in the state of Indiana.
There was a snow packed on the ground Monday. Right now feels like it's maybe May.
We'll go to the air on 4th down. Quarterback keeper.
Ooh.
Hit hard just short of the sticks. Let's see if they give it to him. And they are. They're going to give him the first down. It was close, but they're going to give him the first down.
And who are you hurting by not giving it to them?
All right, we need to get Ben Klein a couple more catches.
Absolutely.
The senior tight end. He has 3 catches for 25 yards. on the day.
Again, Ben Klein, 18 yards away from 300 yards on the season. That's a benchmark.
Especially for a tight end.
Probably wanting to get that, and there's still plenty of time for him, too.
Timeout, Rose-Hulman. We will take it with them. 4:07 to play on RHIT.TV.
We're doing things so quickly. A lot of times we know that we need help. So our professors all know us by name.
Basically, everybody knows everybody here.
That one-on-one personal connection you're getting with the faculty, you don't get that a lot of places.
We're not just saying, here, go do this hard project. We are right there with them. We work with them.
The faculty are there for you.
Let's take a look back on the season here for Rose-Hulman. It's not going to end the way that they want here on RHIT.TV. An opportunity to go to a bowl game next Saturday on the line. They started out 0-4. They lost their first 3 games, 2 on the road. The 6 of their first 7 games they lose, and I think at the end of October, Rose-Hulman is probably thinking a bowl game, there's no way that's going to happen. Then they rip off a big win at Manchester, 35-13, blowout Anderson here last week, 38-0, and you go into almost a Game 7 scenario if you want to look at it like that. Winner continues on, but they just quite don't have enough today to make it to a bowl game next week. MSJ will move to 6-4 in the season, 5-1 in the conference. They will finish second in conference play with that 5-1 record. Hanover on their way to the NCAA tournament coming up over the next couple of weeks. Jet sweep here for maybe a gain of 1 with 3:18 to play. But let's talk about some of these performers for Rose-Hulman this season. Obviously, as we talked about, not the finish that anybody wanted here at RHIT.TV. But you look back at some of the stats for Rose-Hulman. Let's talk about some players, Luke, that stick out to you.
I mean, obviously, we've talked about them a lot, but this rushing attack has been the key to the wins that they've gotten, with Jay Smith prior to this game getting 670 yards before getting injured. As
Marsteller takes it out of the backfield on the pitch and catch, passes midfield, and it's going to be short of the first down marker, so it'll be 4th down and 3 with 2:30 to play.
And this double-headed beast that you mentioned earlier of Smith and Marsteller, over 1,100 yards combined on the ground on the season. Obviously, this game not going the way they want to on the ground or in the air, but that's been their...
Yeah, and 1,100 yards with some injuries is impressive. They're going to go to Klein here on the wheel route. He was wide open, and it's thrown short, incomplete. Trying to get the senior maybe one last catch on 4th and 3, and with 2:04 remaining, MSJ will take over offensively. Checking into the contest for the first time, freshman quarterback Gavin Connor. Now you lose Jay Smith, still get a couple wins, opportunity to go to a bowl game, but not in the cards here as the offense has struggled throughout the afternoon. One play here before the 2-minute timeout. Quick snap, handoff to the 50-yard line, and we will take a quick break here on RHIT.TV. A minute 58 to go in this one. All MSJ 48-0.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
It's been a great season for Rose-Hulman and the Fighting Engineers football-wise. Obviously not the start that you wanted, but a lot of the seniors have played well. It's a quick snap here on second down. And you went into last week, and really the last 3 weeks, Luke, of must-win football. You win at Manchester. You blow out Anderson here. You come up short today against Mount St. Joseph's. But, man, what a difference a couple of months makes here for a football team who went into October with just one win, no wins at home, and you go into November, you rip off 2 straight, and, to even have the opportunity to make a bowl game just shows the resiliency of this team that we've seen so far this season. Yeah, they absolutely stepped it up in the month of October with a big win over Anderson against Franklin. Those two were that Franklin game was definitely like a tone switch, a wake-up call. They won that close game, 1-point game, and then their offense started clicking a little bit. A close loss against Bluffton, just barely didn't get the comeback, and that win, if they had gotten it, would completely change this game. Yeah, where their conference standings would be a little bit higher. But so if you're watching and tuning in for MSJ, they will play next Saturday in the Open Doors Bowl Series at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio on November 22nd. Again, that's next Saturday. They will know their opponent tomorrow night at 6:30. Quick rollout pass here caught. First down, and that should do it with 20 seconds to go in this contest. Tickets are on sale for that Open Doors Bowl Series. 2 games for $20 for general admission and $45 for club's tickets. In the club seating area, you can check out Ticketmaster or the Open Doors Bowl Series homepage. It's been an exciting college football season. Plenty of RHIT hoops coming up right around the corner here on RHIT.tv. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Rose-Hulman-FB, Instagram Rose-Hulman-FB, and on Facebook RHIT Sports. For our entire crew here, including Will, Luke, Matt, and Justin, I'm Tony Donahue. Enjoy this beautiful Saturday afternoon. MSJ wins it 48-0.